titty muscles. That was fun.
Oh, I wish that was real.
Please, yeah. Say that again.
You popped it?
Yeah, so like I was benching and I just felt a ripple in my titty, and here we are.
Here we are.
I've never gotten the pity before. I've gotten the hamstring
Yeah.
before.
I've never. It was like the moment. It was definitely like the. Oh, am I getting old? Moment where I was like, shit. It was like third set. I was warm. I was warm. I was warm, and it was only like 185.
Don't have plugs in this table.
That's fine. 46.
Right, 46.
That should be fine.
Here.
Daryl has a portable charger.
Of course you do. You do have a solar one?
And I have,
Solar?
I'm
No.
pretty sure I have a power chart, a brick upstairs somewhere.
Send her the
No,
link.
this table is not high tech. It is high quality.
It is the high quality, yes.
It's just
I'm
because
gonna
high
give you a
quality,
solar
but
one.
not as high.
There's one that
I
me
might
and my
have one
dad
in my
and
bug
brother
out back.
Oh, then yeah,
I might.
that makes sense.
The other table
But it's much larger.
still available.
Yeah.
Open it up.
Just saying.
I don't yet.
Well, mine kind of looks like this.
Oh.
Just like slightly bigger.
I hope-
And then I just put it in my dashboard and like,
And it works? Good.
it's awesome. It's a fascinating.
Oh, I
Alright.
pulled a Tyler and drains my sunroof decided to I fixed it, but I instantly thought of Tyler.
Pulling back in.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Continue, sir. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. All right. We will jump back in.
Also, is there a reason I have an Allen wrench?
It's your new
My guess
favorite album.
is Shannon sat it on the table while she was moving stuff.
I bet that was
You can
Shannon.
play with it if you want.
Dang, I thought there was something cool.
Shannon,
No.
Shannon and Alan.
And who the hell shall it?
Shall it?
Shannon and Alan.
Shannon, the Allen wrench.
Yeah.
Shannon the
Shannon
Allen
and
wrench.
Alan.
Shannon the Allen wrench.
Oh man,
Shannon.
I'm already starting on my third beer and we're just getting started.
We're in, right?
I'm on my
What?
How we start.
drink, so.
I'm at half health. 2/3.
Tony's probably
Oh
about,
no, I'm at your battery.
Yeah,
You're
back-
also
I'm
I
half.
may or may not take
It
a
is-
long
it's
rest by
like 54.
accident, which is
That'll be
appropriate.
it's not the end of the world. It sounds like something Gregory
You can trade
would
it
do.
back and forth.
He
It
slapped
charges
food
pretty
on the
fast.
way through the portal.
Yeah,
He used weird elf magic.
I did almost die.
Like few of you did.
Died.
No, you did die.
But yeah, I was
He
resurrected.
almost died.
He
You were dead.
almost died.
I tried
Yeah.
so hard to bring you back.
I'm
Yeah.
really mad he didn't let that happen. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
So you appear back in the sanctum. Trail of blood and dirt following you into the atrium as you step through the portal. You can still hear Strahd's haunting laugh ringing in your ears. It came at a price, but the fourth piece of the rod is yours. You step in and you hear the roar of the fire coming from the sitting room, and you all finally get a moment to take a collective sigh and process what happened while you were in the death house.
I start walking over to Codex, and as I'm walking, you see I'm starting to take on my form of dread. And it seems like
Codex cocks his head quickly.
it's a little bit more menacing. You see the nails are a little bit longer, the fangs are a little bit more defined.
Okay.
And I tap on your chest. I'm like, Codex.
Yes. Hello, Art.
That's the second time I've had to pull you out of a bad situation. Let me remind you, you are the bearer of that rod.
Yeah.
That rod. It is the key to us winning against Vecna. Remember. And I point to Thorpe. If we
He looks
need...
like he's been like punched in the face. He's like bleeding from his lip and like bleeding.
Oh,
He got his, like,
okay, we're all a little back.
okay, you all
But out of you, table talk. I don't remember what this is about.
Oh. And I say
Because like I've healed her and I raised him from the dead, so I'm like I'm
no,
not.
it's before that.
Daryl doesn't remember why you.
I'm assuming this is going back to what you and I were discussing on Tuesday, is the fact that basically we walked in and we're trying to handle a situation and you just completely just kind of went off. Is that what you're?
No.
Okay, that's what I was.
I don't know. I really don't. I thought it was the
said-
basement.
Yes.
When you tried to run it. Oh,
I point to Thorum and I said, if someone needs to cover our retreat, this is the person who can do it.
I'm just wiping the blood off his forehead. It's just.
What are you
He's-
looking like?
I mean, before
Please
I
remember
took
that.
the long rest, I was at 1.
What you carry
Okay. We were
is extremely important.
I was just up. I was.
Telebor is like holding her piece. Like,
Yeah, what he carries.
yeah, and she's like,
Yeah, that's a tough situation because
And what after I say that,
yeah.
I turn to Hellebore. And you. What was this about?
Yeah,
Oh,
Codex
this
doesn't
except-
respond. Codex doesn't. He just.
I didn't wait for
he's
it.
just processing.
What was this about you trying to accept Strahd's offer? I don't understand if we can trust you or not. I mean, my friend Gregory was dead on the floor. I was going to have to take his head if something would happen. So that you wouldn't rise up as a vampire.
Thorum's gonna not so.
It's entirely understandable.
Do we need to kill her?
No,
Okay.
but
Hard feelings.
we need to
Okay.
know if we can trust you.
I have good plans that just don't end up working out, and I thought that maybe I could fake it and you would come back.
I mean, I wasn't awake for that part of. I was dead.
You don't know
So,
Strahd
yeah.
like we do.
Well, then my bad.
But understand that the piece that you carry is just as important as that. As the one that he carries.
Yeah, well, I'm at whatever 10 health looks like.
No, I
I
understand.
mean, I was trying to save my life.
I'm not really fond of feeling like this. This is a new sensation for me.
I'm extremely pissed off.
That's
We need to go back. But obviously after we defeat Vecna.
Yeah, I'm kind of I'm very close to being done with all. Somewhere between dying because 2 people can't follow what I kind of understood was pretty obvious when I
2
said
people.
when I said, "Can everybody sit down?" and then we made fun of him. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't told not to make fun of them.
So I can't kill her.
No, you cannot kill her.
That didn't.
And as we're starting to
Are you saying
calm down
haunting him was not?
my force changes.
Your form.
We are new in this long friendship.
I
and
understand.
a throuple
I
that's
see
now
you.
been created.
I have witnessed you taunt many opponents. Many foes.
So I will say this:
You are very good at taunting.
You've seen me taunt many people. When I essentially bend the knee to someone, shouldn't that have been a tip off that maybe this
Well,
is
maybe
a
you
big
wanted to sleep
fucking
with them. I
deal?
don't know.
That's no, do that.
Red, and it's not from like blood. It's not from like blood all over him. It's just
But
embarrassing.
I also, Gregory, I also understand that God to us is what the Lord of Blades is to Codex.
Yes,
That is a fair analogy. Thank you for.
I was trying to avoid as much conflict as possible, and I was not listened to. I understand you did not know who we were dealing with, and I will give you that. But there is a certain level of trust that needs to be had in this group.
That
And if Arkin and I are on edge, everyone should be far more on edge than we are.
and it wasn't so much that you were going to, it's Strahd that you were accepting. It's the fact that if any of us accepted the offer of our main adversary of whatever realm we're in, then I think there's a problem.
I know we're getting desperate as we're getting further into this.
Yes. And I know that you have a pact of allegiance to whomever, just like I do. Yes. I had to enter a pact so that I may kill my father in Barovia, which we did.
Oh.
I
But
forgot about that for a minute.
Strahd was the one who created him.
And this is not the last time we'll see Strahd.
Well,
We got the piece we needed.
yes.
But Strahd's a bit more. Can correct me if I'm wrong. Strahd's a bit more powerful than anything else that we faced in terms of dimension hopping.
Correct. And I don't know what Vecna did to empower him so that we lost Theron and Marge's family. We will need to. We
We need
need to
find
go back. Yes, agreed. But we can't do it now. We have to finish what we
I know.
started.
The
And
grand scheme of
maybe
things,
what-
it'll only take you like 4 more days to finish.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I know.
in game.
And maybe at the end of this, we will turn and ask you if you can help us. But the fact is, we need to be able to trust each other. And that we know what our goal is.
Have I given anyone any evidence?
I was worried about this when you accepted Strahd's offer. Now, you did turn around, stab him, bite him. I was pleased with that.
I didn't accept.
You tore open my leg.
Yeah, but I also was trying to keep this safe, which I thought was the whole goal.
I mean,
It is.
It feels like a slight miscommunication.
Agreed.
Combined with sexual assault.
I opened.
How is it sexual?
His
Definitely not sexual.
Nothing. Nothing.
You may have thought that.
Warforged.
I open my
It
arm.
looked weird.
I open
was
my
there.
compartment and pull out the rod, and I say, I don't want it.
Gregory grabs it.
Because my role in this is to keep all of you alive. I have done that.
Oh,
many
I
times
agree.
over. If you do not think I am fulfilling my role in this,
No.
I am happy to give this up to someone else. Or I have an alternative proposition, is perhaps we should not be taking this with us into battle in the first place. Maybe we should be leaving this here in the sanctum.
As
And reduce our risk when we're in the field.
I mean, it does also have magical properties that tend to help us in the field.
Which
yeah,
one?
we
Not
haven't
each.
exactly discussed
Yeah,
it.
I
trust
understand
you
that.
all yet because I'm not giving up my piece.
Ooh, that could be problematic.
I'm keeping it with
But
me.
Arkin, if I
But
am
you-
not,
you need to
if I
stop.
do not have this on me,
Yeah.
I can better
But
fulfill my
like your
role.
regeneration.
well, what I'm saying is that I understand what you feel your role is, but to cover a retreat, I trust our dwarven friend because of his armor and his axe.
Very good.
You have abilities that help the party at range, at close quarters. You don't have to be the last one out the door. That's all I'm saying.
I was not planning to sacrifice myself, if that's what you were thinking.
No, but considering what we were facing,
That is fair.
It seemed like you were trying to prove something, though.
As the DM, might I also remind you, the rod doesn't have to stay connected.
Yeah, I'm not.
So if the concern is leaving it in one place versus who holds the three pieces that are connected, they can just be taken apart and passed around the party. Each person could hold one part of the rod instead.
I think that's our trust exercise. Why don't we separate it?
Out of so table talk, like I'm like it's hard for me having the rod because I feel like it is making it hard for me to play my role.
Okay.
It's pretty fair.
Even though I think
Especially
you're playing
if
it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to think about my background. My background as a soldier, like I'm not supposed to be like shying away from like, and I have the hit points and the armor to be the last person out of the room. Like,
But
yes,
you
he
have the
could.
thigh.
You have the
You
thigh.
have the
You have
thigh.
the big muscular thigh.
Everybody else is gonna have to put their piece in like a pouch or something.
And the thing is,
Or hold it.
like Tony could do
It
that.
does work
Yes,
as spellcasting.
but Tony's not playing that way. So,
all right, have the conversation in character.
all right.
Now, one thing that I did, and I think I'm able to do is, if I empower my dimension door a little bit more, I think I can move more people. So maybe that situation won't happen again. Now, each piece has a separate function.
Yes.
They do.
I'll break it up.
The first one is commune. I do not know what the other two parts nor what that part does.
Regeneration.
The other does Arcane Gate, and the final piece that I hold does Reverse Gravity.
What does Arcane Gate do?
It's like a hither thither stack.
Two-dimensional
Hither thither.
gate. I think you have to see both ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we give him it? That'd be funny.
It's like
That's what I'm thinking.
Is it, what would it, do you know what Heather Fiddler is? Not a clue.
So basically, imagine the game Portal.
Oh, he does that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, I could use the
Yeah.
I could use the charge thing like crazy.
So you have to see the other end. You have to see your destination.
one point within 10 feet of you, and 1 point within within 500 feet that you can see. So like you can't make it inside a castle, but if you can see through like the entryway of a room or across a field, you can essentially make two portals. You can like a
I could
portal
mix
gun
that with hand axes beautifully.
and throw hand axes.
That's pretty cool.
Now it is an action, so
I do have bonus actions out the wazoo over here, so and
they're two-dimensional rings.
So and
Duration
it
is
can-
10 minutes.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
60%.
Oh,
It is concentration. It is concentration
that's
for
No,
10,
my phone.
10
yeah, but
minutes.
it's still at 9.
would that require me to have any type of spell? Okay.
That's not
It wasn't 6.
No, because it is an item that can cast the spell.
Yeah, it could.
Oh,
fully
okay.
charge both.
And
ways.
the individual pieces do not require attunement. Only the rod in its completed form requires attunement. The individual pieces just act as a limited use spell
Gotcha.
item.
What's the other piece do?
Reverse gravity.
Yeah, you have commune for the first piece, which is the handle. You have the square piece is arcane gate, and the triangular piece is reverse gravity, and the fourth piece that you have is regenerate.
I have no problem with you having the regeneration piece.
I think you need.
My concern is the
An insult?
No, it is a fact.
I don't think he's really
Well.
capable of it.
I'm just bleeding.
Have you thought about using it now?
I already
She
used it for
can't.
the
Thought about ducking the next time somebody.
So again, I'm happy to distribute out the pieces if we want to.
that may
Lessen
be
our threat.
that may be
Mitigate risk.
a good idea.
If I keep.
Plus, at a certain point, you're not going to be able to fit that in.
That is fair.
That's about
sexual.
it's about max length for a 6 foot tall femur.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I suppose if I kept the portal piece, it would let me, if I was the last person holding up the last person in a room, I would be able to use that to possibly escape.
That's fine.
Which piece was that? The triangle?
Which arcane gate?
Arcane gate?
The square.
Square. Okay. So I will hang on to that. Unless you were saying that you could use it.
I mean, he could, but I agree that you weren't the one.
Yeah, that just makes
Yeah.
sense.
Right? It makes it easier for me to get out.
Thorn
Yeah.
doesn't really like magic.
Okay.
Fan. Yeah, I do. I like the idea of it, but Thorn.
Do you want to commune with a deity?
did it
You have
once.
two
It was
other
a-
people that come up.
Yes.
Person doesn't like magic.
I feel like
Yeah, Thorn is.
Arkin is,
Doesn't
or
really
you
like
are, you are a communicator.
I'll take the deity one.
Which one was that?
The
The
first
bait.
to handle. You guys are like Power Rangers now.
I know.
God.
With our powers combined.
Exactly. For the power of
Well,
water.
that's Captain Planet.
That's, I was gonna say that's Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
used to watch that every Sunday
he's
morning
a
before church.
hero. Yep, I used
Thorn.
to watch it.
I know that's what
And
happens.
the
That's
shark
wondered.
and the shark
Yes, it
show.
is.
Yeah.
The shark show where they were like half person, half shark.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Yep. And the Mortal Kombat animated show that used to be on in the
Oh.
mornings. Anyway,
Arkin, does this allay your fears?
That was a rabbit trail.
My goal is not to put us in further danger.
I just worry about making sure we have all the pieces at the end of this.
Yes, of course. I think that's important to all of us, and I make sure that I don't lose sight of that.
and you hear from the parlor, you hear a.
Are you
You
still in your
realize
form?
that Tasha
Yeah,
is
I
sitting.
let it
Tasha's
drop.
sitting in one of the velvet couches by the fire. And she says, if you're all done bickering now, wipe your feet. Making quite a mess.
Gregory just walks by her and just summons a bottle of wine.
Just clean yourself off first.
I'm going to my room, god damn it.
Alright, fine. She
I
says,
think
I take it you retrieved the fourth piece from this little
Yes.
bat that we're having here?
Yes.
Don't mind
From
him.
Strahd.
He died. Again.
It's not the first time one of you has died.
We need to purchase another diamond.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could run to the shops in the morning. It's like middle of the night right now.
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you?
Is there a town nearby?
You're in Sigil. You're in
I'm sorry.
the city of
City of
Gates.
Doors.
City of Doors.
This is my character.
If there's anything you could possibly want nearby.
Oh, do you know if I borrow your pencil, please?
But you all look like you could use some rest. You're honestly no good to the multiverse if you can barely keep yourselves upright.
I'm in a bathtub with a bottle of wine right now, by the way.
Party.
Yep.
And while we're talking to her, I'm casting prestidigitation to
On the
get rid
rug.
of to
Thank you.
get rid of the trail.
Now, Arkin, if I might have a word with you while your colleagues retire to their quarters,
I believe I would like to take up drinking.
I'll have
Is that going to help?
a bottle sent up to your room. Codex.
I'll give it a shot.
Does she kind of
Gratitude.
wait? She waits for the three of you to leave the room.
Yeah, Helivore is stomping dirt
Yeah.
and blood and everything.
Yeah,
There,
okay.
she doesn't give a fuck.
Codex is fine.
Yeah. Codex wipes his feet off. She did tell me to be cleaner. Tasha looks at you, Arkin, and she says, you will forgive my bluntness, but
Certainly.
I have been receiving messages from beyond the veil. I know what it is that you keep hidden on your person. You carry no mere trinket.
Yeah. I do not.
Might I see what it is that you have in your cloak?
I reach in and pull out the little piece of cloth and unfold it, and it's still resting on the cloth, and I show her the desiccated eye.
You see her make like a disgusted face, and she kind of turns her head away from it, and she says, "The Raven Queen may be your patron, but it would not be the first time she attempted to bring about her plans by any means necessary. Using that eye could not only be catastrophic for you, but for the multiverse itself."
Well, I know what the cost is to assimilate the eye.
Then you know the depth of depravity necessary to use the items that once belonged to Vecna.
I wish to use it to perhaps maybe gain some power over Vecna with the use of the rod. I don't know why she gave it to me. I mean, maybe it's that she wanted me to use it, but there's no way. It would cost me too much.
I think it is very good that you realize that. It seems that your experiences have not turned you to the darkness. I think the Raven Queen probably sees the same thing that I see, which is that you have great potential, Arkin, but not if you succumb to the darkness. You must learn to harness your gifts. You must make your patronage mutually beneficial.
Like I said, I'm not sure exactly why she gave it to me, but I'm hoping that maybe if you talked with Illustrial and I hesitate more than kindly.
Do you not trust our companion?
Let's just say I wish I had the ability to cast True Sight.
You think he hides something?
Yes. That's the impression that I got from the Raven Queen when she gave me the eye.
You think she wanted you to see something that we could not?
I think that's one of the reasons why she gave me the eye. One of the abilities that I am able to discern is that it can cast True Sight.
I will.
And she said something about she said something.
Is this in character?
Yeah. Arkin literally pulls out his notebook.
He's like, God damn it.
Something. I wrote it down.
Day planner.
I did not. But she said something about
Yeah, she said something to the effect that you couldn't trust the wizard or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
I don't know if she said it
What was said?
specifically about him, but someone important I could not trust.
Codex stumbles down the stairs and he walks through this very intimate moment past you and is like, "I'm sorry, don't mind me. I'm just going to retrieve another bottle. Sorry." And he walks past.
Seems he's enjoying himself.
He gets drunk very quick.
Yeah.
But then he processes it super fast.
Hey.
It just goes through his system
Must be nice.
in a couple minutes.
I think perhaps I should have a discussion with Illustrio in private about
Agreed, but
our mage.
as I said, I wish I had that ability.
I will
It
see
is
if
not,
there's...
it's not a spell that Gregory could cast.
I will see if there's perhaps something we can do to equivocate that.
Appreciate.
You look like you could get some rest as well.
Again, that would be most appreciated.
I bid you good night, Larkin Relgar. She dismisses you. We pan to Hellebore. As you drift to sleep, your aching wounds, your battered body finally finding some semblance of rest. Your eyes flicker closed, and you wander into like a dream state. You suddenly find yourself in a long hallway of black marble with veins of silvery moonstone. You recognize your surroundings. This is the palace of your master, Belial, the Lord Flies. You realize you are in Phlegethos, the fourth circle of the Nine Hells. The air's chilled. Goosebumps appear on your arms as you wander down the hallway. You look down, you realize you're not in your normal leather clothes. You're in a suit of elegant black armor with infernal runes emblazoned across it, and a glimmering black longsword and matching dagger at your hip. You walk forward through a set of double doors, and you find yourself standing in the court of Belial. You see your master sitting on his ornate black throne with 8 of his knights standing guard around him. He points a pale gray finger at you, beckons you forward with the crook of his pointed black nail. Come, my faithful knight. Show me what prize you have acquired on your adventures.
And does she have it on her?
She has it.
Okay. Yeah, she presents it.
It's good. A good start.
It did save my life.
Any gifts, I suppose.
I forgot how sexy this place was.
It's been a while since you've
great.
been here. It's good to see you back in uniform. And you see that the 8 knights surrounding him are wearing the same matching, like, elegant. Imagine like the Daedric armor from
Yeah.
Skyrim. That's like what they're wearing. They all have their like helmets on.
With Blade's helmet.
Yeah. And he looks at you, he says, it is not the correct piece though.
I know.
You understood our arrangement when I sent you to Faerun, yes?
I understood.
I am growing impatient. I hope you understand. I do not wish to send Caliban. And one of the knights steps forward, and you know that Caliban is Belial's first knight.
She rolled her eyes.
Yeah. Caliban is like 6.5 feet tall, gigantic, has huge, like, two-handed, long, like, great sword on his back. Very, like, classic. Like, sure, he's the first knight. He says, I don't need to remind you what failure costs. Here, do I?
No. It will be the next one we get.
I hope, for your sake, that is true. I have given you powers that you couldn't have even imagined before this. I've not received my end of the bargain yet.
This is what
Do you-
I mentioned.
Have the
For
same
wearing.
goal as defeating Vecna.
Legend of the Seeker.
I would-
would say since
Prefer it
Also,
if Vecna left the realms alone.
I know.
I do not suspect that he would have much to interfere with the Hells. However, I would like you
That's why I said please.
to help destroy him, and then bring me the second piece of the rod after. That could be very useful for my bid to become the Prince of Hell. I would like to take the role from that damned Demogorgon. I just wanted to bring you here to keep you focused. I think I would like to see, perhaps, if you're still as sharp as you once were. And he says, Caliban. And Caliban steps forward, and he says,
Jacob.
Hellebore, draw your sword. Defend yourself.
Do it.
Okay. I do.
I recognize.
Yeah.
God, I hate that guy.
Caliban draws his sword as well, and you both begin sparring in this flurry of you are much more elegant in your combat. You are deflecting. You're deflecting his great sword, and you're like trying to find holes in his armor with your dagger. Meanwhile, he is like the mountain from Game of Thrones. He is just swinging the greatsword, trying to like cut you in half. And you manage to like dodge underneath the swipes of his greatsword and like leave like little slashes. And you see as this fight begins to drag on that he is getting slower and slower, and you see like more blood is falling to the floor as you draw like little cuts across him.
Maybe he'll die in a dream. That would suck.
No,
Don't
finally
manifest that.
he brings his greatsword down, and you manage to just step out of the way, and the greatsword like cleaves across your chest, and you see it rend like a slash in your breastplate.
There you go.
And you come across with your longsword. You drop your dagger to the ground and bring your longsword into two hands, and you cleave Caliban's head from his shoulders.
That's what I was talking about.
She
And
says, "Step back in line, Caliban."
and his body just crumples to the knees and slumps to the side. And you see a smile from Belial, and he says, "I knew I chose well.
I am focused.
You will be.
Your reminder.
You will be my first knight from now on."
Good for you.
Now go back.
Shut a little bit.
But,
What?
he looks at you and he says, "Good night, Hannibal. Sweet dreams. When you wake, you will have new powers." And he dismisses you. You like fade back through your dream, and that's how you level. That's how you level up.
I'm glad you didn't have to roll anything.
So wait, are we?
You guys are level 15,
Did I know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
At one
Yeah.
time.
but now you.
At one time.
For sure.
Now you. Well, now you're 15,
Right.
and you have a long rest.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but that's fun. We finished that narrative,
Yeah.
and now we can
Perfect.
move on.
Yeah, dude. Thanks.
So,
And now you have time because while everyone else goes.
well, I'm not gonna do a deep dive into everybody.
You're not?
She's
Sorry.
Oh.
There were some things that needed to be tied up, like the fact that Arkin has the Eye of Vecna hidden on his person,
Yeah.
and that she basically offered to follow Strahd instead of sticking with her patron. The rest of you guys just kind of did what your characters do:
Died.
died,
Slept.
slept,
Ate.
fight,
Codex.
made a new piece of equipment.
Yeah.
For your rifle.
Codex. So he
Long rest.
Long rest for you.
he does his like recharge, which only takes I think 4 hours, and then with the rest of the night he manages to figure out how to build a second Eldritch cannon that is basically daisy chain to the first one, so he can fire them both on the same bonus action.
Yep.
And what else? He is able to elevate the abilities of his Eldritch Cannons to cast an aura that gives half cover to anyone within 10 feet of those Eldritch Cannons. So basically, he can help buff the party better with that ability. And then he also, a smaller thing, he managed to take his antimatter rifle and fashion a dagger into a bayonet on the end of it.
Oh,
and
sick.
use a infusion to make it a dagger, a radiant weapon.
It's a glowing bayonet on the rifle. That's sick.
Yeah.
Tactical flashlight bayonet.
I literally, yes.
That can
that's
also
so cool.
blind something that could potentially blind something that attacks him.
That's so cool.
So that's what
I
he
think
gets
I
with his level
understand the
15.
portals a little bit better.
So
I think I know how to move without the use of those portals.
That could be helpful.
So it is, it is now the next day. You wake.
Relaxing fireplace and winter atmosphere.
Yeah, we can leave it on. That's
But what about the jazz thing?
No, it's fine. Leave that on for now.
Uh,
You awake. You find yourselves in the sanctum. It's late in the morning. You've all, except for Codex, apparently, have all slept quite a while. You needed it. You were looking a little rough. You awake. You all make your way down to the sitting area in the sanctum,
Is there breakfast?
and breakfast is out on the table in front of you.
Yeah.
If you want to, now would be the time if you wanted to venture off into Sigil and do some quick item finding / buying supplies.
Amongst us, who has potions of healing?
I don't.
I don't.
I'm gonna check. I think I used my last one on Pelbor.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mordenkainen plots a sausage link into his mouth and. You guys need supplies?
Yes.
Tasha said you were looking a little rough last night when you came back.
We need some more potions of healing and a 300 gold piece diamond.
Ah, that should be easy enough to find from Sigil. You just need to go to like one of the apothecaries or something.
Do you happen to know where we can find it? Sigil is a very interesting place to travel.
Yes. Of course. You're going to want to go out the door, and then you're going to go.
What door?
Well, the door to the sanctum. Oh, I'm sorry.
There's a door
It's
to the
keyed.
sanctum.
Yes. Let me. And he snaps his fingers, and the portal that is keyed to like the next location that you would go to for the next rod piece flickers and switches and becomes like a doorway, and you can see like the bustling streets of Sigil from beyond this it's like a one-way mirror. Like from the outside it would just look like a door,
Yeah.
but for you guys you can see what's going on out in Sigil. And you see multiple people just like walking down streets, and says, yes, you're the door. You go through the door, and then you're gonna walk about a quarter of a mile, and then you're gonna go through the door on your left. That door will take you to another door. It's very confusing. Do you have a map?
Don't know if it's confusing as much as you want.
You know what?
I do not have.
Let's solve this problem. Would you follow me, please? Anybody that needs to go to the apothecary.
Shop adventure with me, your grandfather. It's
Yes,
Yeah, how it works.
I shall accompany you.
Oh, well, perfect. Okay. And Mordenkainen steps through the door. He stows his like twin blade staff on his back. Steps through the door, and you follow him through the streets of Sigil. and he takes you. I mean, it makes no sense. Like the way he's just winding through the streets, and he like walks through a
The
door.
doorway, yes.
In a
And
house,
we pop into
in what looks
yes.
like a house, and you appear like in another street somewhere, and he walks you a little bit further down, takes a door on the right, you pop into another place, and after the third door that you guys go through, you appear before this like gigantic magical shop, and it just says Grigorovich's on the front of it, and he says, here you are. This is Grigorovich's shop. He should have anything you require. Every once in a while he
Codex
has
was mapping it as we went.
perfect.
Helder's like, I feel nauseous after all that.
Planar travel that's a bit much. Takes a little getting used to.
It's fun.
But Grigorovich should have anything you need, and every once in a while he has the good stuff. You know what I mean?
I do
don't.
understand.
I'll go ask him if he has the good stuff. I'll walk through the door.
And you'll tell rings as you open
I
the
mean,
door.
it's Codex.
Yeah, I was about to say something. I'm like, no, just let it go.
Thank you for the warning.
And Mordekainen's gone. You turn to see, and he's already like made his way down through the street.
Codex walks into the shop and starts scanning all the shelves.
Inside the shop, you see about a like 50-foot across by about 100-foot long shop. Like imagine kind of like a row, like a shop that would be in like a city in like
Oh, okay.
a row. So it's long, like
Yeah.
the building is long, but it's not super wide.
Right.
And you just see shelf after shelf after shelf of like arcane supplies, material components. You see a display case of magical items. There's one aisle that has like a big sign that says "cursed!" exclamation point. And at the entrance to the doors, as you step through, two tieflings are just staring at you guys as you all make your way into the shop. They look like guards, making sure nobody shoplifts anything.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like,
And there's probably about 10 people shopping around.
in the morning, I would have, if our outfits, armor, whatever, had looking a little worse for wear, I would have used prestidigitation to do the little fixes and mending.
I think Codex walks in and he immediately says to the first guard, it's like, hail and well met. I am looking for the good stuff. Could you direct me to it, please?
And a purple tiefling with curled like ram's horns looks at you and says, points at like a counter down through like there's like a separate aisle,
Yeah.
then like shelves on each side, and then like side aisles with like walled shelves on the far sides of everything. Down the center aisle you see a big like horseshoe counter at the far end of the building.
Codex says, gratitude. And he turns and starts walking that direction.
We
Arkin,
fo-
are
we
you
follow
coming
him.
as well?
Yeah.
Thorm's gonna immediately ask the guard if they're unionized. Yeah, I have
He looks confused for a second.
I turned back. Give him the whole spiel.
the whole
And Codex says to Arkin, and you thought I was going to do something embarrassing, didn't you?
What's the union?
Thorm's going to explain, in character, of course, all of the fundamental core values of socialist principles that, you know...
You mean we would get equal rights?
Oh, not
I approached the
equal
shopkeeper.
rights. Yeah, you're like...
You mean fair wages?
You're not... You're being exploited. Like, he's just explaining the labor theory of value, worker
The
exploitation.
two guards are like looking at each other like we have to go tell the others about this.
Codex
What about
turns around.
retribution while we try to unionize?
You'll probably get fired.
If you go to say something,
Yeah.
I put my hand against your chest.
Oh, I was going to turn around, walk back, take Thorum and just pick him up and carry him over with us to the shop.
No. I would have stopped you.
Okay.
I would have let what's happening happen.
Okay.
You just hear as you're walking away him starting to like start to sing like "Solidarity Forever," just like good worker, teaching them worker songs. You know, like tieflings of the world unite.
Oh my
You have
god.
Start telling them about like
Yes.
the National Labor Relations
Yeah.
Act and
You
stuff
have
like
nothing
that.
to lose but your chains, brothers. Yes. Oh yeah.
And then, like as you're walking over to the counter, you hear the two guards, and they're like, "We must rise up.
That's right.
We must fight the oligarchy.
Jeez.
The rights of production in the hands of the
yeah.
workers."
Honestly, yes, I am rolling with that as long as I can.
Dear God.
And you make your way through the shop as well.
Halivor expends a seal and goes invisible for 10 minutes. Because she's gonna steal.
You disappear.
Oh well.
Because I
While
don't
I'm
have it.
radicalizing the guards, you're gonna steal from them. Get them paid fire. I'm radicalizing the guards.
Give me a stealth check.
Oh.
As you do that.
She's very good at that.
Yeah, I looked at your character sheet. I didn't realize you had a +10 to stealth with advantage. Like, it's
Yeah,
hard to
we-
fail.
There isn't any dim lighting in the shop, by the way.
That's okay. I don't have. It's just for attacking that
Yep.
that works.
I'm gonna talk to Gorbachev or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Tear down this wall.
This scene off the rails.
Staying friends allowed. Every time. Okay.
You could also just roll a d20.
Like a
16?
person.
Roll my advantage. Alright.
17. Wow.
Not great.
6 and a 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Your
Plus 10.
16
+10.
is high enough. You do go invisible. Nobody is around to notice you as you disappear.
Okay.
Codex. You approach, and at first,
I'm right next to him.
at first, you don't see anybody behind the counter. As you get closer, you see that there is a gnome behind the counter, and he is like fiddling with like a toy chest looking thing behind the counter.
Okay. So, Codex will let you initiate conversation. Like, he's not gonna try to. I mean, because we've been through these scenarios where Codex has learned to let other people do the primary talking. Arkin, would you like to initiate dialogue?
Certainly.
Activate dialogue.
I look a little bit confused. I just.
Your friend has a strange way of speaking.
He is Warforged. They are unique.
Codex is looking
He's not one
around.
of the more evolved models that I've seen.
Sentient? Yes.
No, I mean
Not a drone.
I'm aware you are talking about me.
Well,
Well, yes, he's asking questions.
You may ask me directly.
He is from.
question for you. Other than, are you looking to buy anything?
Yes.
You have come into my shop. You have nothing in your hands at the counter. Did you want to purchase any of the items?
Couple of things. First, we are looking for some potions of healing, greater healing, and also a 300 gold piece diamond.
Don't have to
them.
ask me. Did you not read the signs on every counter? Every aisle as you walk past them?
That's
And he
how
points-
far it's doing.
He points and there's like literally an aisle that says potions, and there's another aisle that says gemstones. You walked right past him. You walked up to my counter. Nothing in your hands.
And you wanted to ask him a question. And I turn and walk towards the gemstones first.
I'm glad you're the one that initiated the
What?
conversation.
You wanted to ask me a question. Here you are.
Oh, I think Arkin has covered it. Thank you. We are looking for diamonds, and we are looking for health potions.
That way.
And
Processing.
come on.
He steps up onto a step stool so that he can get like a better eye
That's the other thing.
on everything that's going on. I said, "Oh, there's more. You
Yeah.
too." You two?
Orm's finished radicalizing the
I was
guard.
gonna say, Gregory.
Oh, are you there? I didn't.
Yeah, no, everybody went with. I'm looking for spell components.
There's an aisle with tons of spell components. There's in fact several aisles. There's like expensive spell components and like normal stuff. Like if you needed 50 gold pieces of incense, maybe like light a church on fire or something
Wasn't
like
it
that.
That was 1,000 gold
You
pieces
would
of
let it
incense.
So, I gather up 300 gold piece diamond, 5 potions of greater healing. Does it say how much they are?
Yeah, they're in like categories of value. Yeah,
Are you
there's,
basically
like,
buying that stuff for me?
there's like a
No,
shelf.
I'm saying we should
So
buy.
Helivore has already been invisible in that section as you guys were talking. So she is
What has she
trying-
picked up?
She wants the greater healing potions.
So she is. How many has she taken? There's like a case.
Oh, so that
There's like a
roll
crate.
made it that I could take them. I
That
don't know
roll
if
made
was
it so that you are
invisible.
went invisible without anybody seeing you go invisible.
Got it. Okay, so
What you do from here on out will be up to you.
right, yeah. So she wants to take. How many are in stock?
There is a case with like 20 greater health potions.
And then yeah, I guess like how much were they?
The greater health potions are.
I'm doing this because Helivore's broke.
Do they immediately become invisible
That's
when she
what
touches
that's a
them?
great question,
How
and
does
I
that
don't
work?
think it
I don't
does.
think that's how it works.
So they
No,
stay
it's
visible.
it is when you become invisible, anything on you.
So now they're
becomes
floating
invisible.
health potions.
Well, I haven't done it yet.
There's a little scrawled piece of parchment that's been like nailed, like tacked onto
Unfortunately, you can't even like tuck it in. It's
She could cast it again once she has them, though.
Greater health
Right.
potions are 150 gold pieces each.
Okay, yeah, I have 16.
So,
Why do
No,
you think I'm trying to?
that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
she
only have
takes
2,000 gold, so.
what? She takes 5.
And you see as
And
you
I-
like collect,
Right.
like
And
collect
she
it in your
knows.
hand, you see like they're like floating in
So
the air.
if
Because
the
like you don't
shelf-
see yourself also. Like
Right.
you are invisible to yourself as well.
Right. So is the shelf open, or
Yeah,
does
it's
it
like
have?
it's like a
It's like a utility shelf,
Yeah.
kind of.
with like a crate on it that says greater health potion, greater healing potions. Yes.
Okay, so she would be on the side that's like not where everyone is. Are we behind? Like,
like-
not towards the front desk or like the desk.
So like imagine if you are looking either from the front door or the desk at the end, you can see straight down the main aisle, and then if you were standing on the very sides, you could see straight down the very like the wall aisles, and in between you would have to. It's like a library. Like the shelves are probably like 5-6 feet tall.
Okay.
So like if you were to lift something over your head, it would be visible from across. But otherwise, if it's down between the shelves, it would only be if somebody can see like down that aisle.
And so I guess
But there are people like milling about the shop. as
right.
well.
So
like,
I guess I'll roll like perception maybe, or like if there are people near me.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It's a 15 plus probably something.
I mean, it's a good.
True.
It's hopefully that it's a plus.
Plus 5. So 20.
20. You can, with a 20 in perception, you can tell that not only are there people like milling about the shops, like probably every 20 to 30 seconds somebody wanders past the aisle that's like also shopping. Like think about kind of like a grocery store, not
Yeah.
quite as busy as a grocery store, but there are other people shopping around.
Okay.
It would raise suspicion if they saw a healing potion or a bunch of
Okay,
healing
but I feel
potions.
like 20 seconds is a good amount of time. So
Yeah. You also notice with a 20 in perception, you hear light footsteps walking down past some of the aisles, and you don't see any people.
is it close to me?
One set of footsteps walks right past you.
Okay.
and you hear like breathing as something or someone walks past you, also seemingly invisible.
Okay. I put a seal.
Can't see it.
Oh, that's true. That is true. I mean,
But with your perception,
I would
you
wait till
hear.
it's gone.
I was gonna say you hear the footsteps very light,
Okay.
like someone being
In
seen.
the aisle with me or just going past?
One does walk through the aisle with you, and you can deduce that there are invisible beings in this shop besides yourself.
You start hearing me calling out to Codex, saying, and
Okay.
and you hear me start to come closer.
Right. So, I guess like I would wait for even 10 seconds
Yeah.
that no one was there.
Yep. The footsteps have
Okay.
gone.
So she'll take one at a quickly, one at a time, like 5 of them down on the floor, and
Okay.
then just lay on the floor and go back to being visible.
You go back to being visible.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to tuck them.
Okay. Give me another stealth check. Not a straight up shoplifting.
26.
You manage to sneak
In a fun way.
5 greater health potions into your pouch.
Okay. She's done. She's just pretending she's perusing.
Okay. Arkin, Codex.
He's still.
What are you guys grabbing?
I'm grabbing the diamond, and then I was saying
Just a single diamond.
single
Worth
300.
how much?
300.
Okay.
I'll buy 2. But well, I'm buying. I need to buy my own, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, we bought it, or the one that you had,
Yeah.
we used for him.
Right.
It's not like it's your expense.
High level
gonna be the-
components. Nothing
It's going to be the party's
You think
expense.
we should
You
only have
managed
one?
to basically find whatever you need for about 100 gold pieces.
Okay. Cool.
I would say yes.
Okay.
If we have to cast more than one Revivify,
It's pretty
it
bad.
probably won't be another Revivify.
Did we have this problem before where we couldn't find a greater health potion?
Look up, I think it's Potion of Greater Healing or,
Oh, okay.
or
Yeah.
Greater Healing Potion.
You typed
Yeah, I
in-
think it's Potion of Greater Healing.
Potion of Greater Healing.
I just feel like
Greater,
for
but it
300
didn't.
gold, why not have an extra one?
That's fine.
I just don't see why not. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 1.
Fine. And then I'm going to grab 5 healing potions.
5. That would be 750 gold.
So 1,050.
50. Okay, so you guys make your way up to the counter. You see Gregory exchanging about 100 gold coins with Grigorovich. He says, pleasure doing business with you, wizard. Please come back anytime you need anything fancy.
I put down a large emerald and a couple of decent sized sapphires, and then gold pieces. The emerald is a 500 gold piece emerald, and then the sapphires are 200.
Picks it up and he pulls a little like eye microscope from the counter and wedges it in his eye and is looking at it through like a little jeweler's lens. This is a fine emerald.
These sapphires are nice as well.
I'll give you
450.
25.
450.
Give me a persuasion check.
I would like to sell some things if I have a chance.
Perhaps.
I am actually going to use. Yeah, that was not good.
This is all for 25 gold.
Are you trying to use
Still
like,
doesn't matter.
magical ability?
It's not actually a magical ability.
Okay.
It's a
You want to
yeah.
plus four?
I'm going to what? No. I'm invoking a bit of chaos.
You're gonna bend the will of the universe.
Yeah.
Keep bargaining.
That's
It's
fair.
a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
So 22. And then
How much are the sapphires supposed to be
the
worth?
sapphires are 200 each.
You do have a pretty nice haul there. I guess I'll just give you the 400 for the sapphires as well.
Appreciate it.
So that's
And then
that's 850.
yeah, and I give him the rest of
So
gold.
he needs
I give him the rest of
200. Yeah, 200 gold pieces. And he slides the diamond and the 5 greater healing potions across the counter to you.
Are you keeping those on you? Or are you just
No, I'm going to distribute them.
Okay.
How much was that ruby that you gave me?
Oh,
But you
don't
actually
remember.
more than that.
Either I marked down an extra 0 by accident, or
no, he did not.
it's worth 3,000.
It's worth
It
3,000.
might be.
So before I leave, I do have this, and I'm imagining it's like the size of a baseball.
It's probably about like
Okay, close.
yeah.
Would you be interested in this?
Gems. I could craft.
The you have 1,000
Illusion.
GP
I have a
diamond
2,000.
I would give you
because I know the same
2,000
one
for it.
where he got the 5, the 3,000.
That feels
We had gotten
low.
1,000.
I'm thinking more.
everything
we
feels
take it
low
for
until
you.
it's not anymore. I mean,
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
I was
When the
thinking
Lord of Blades
more
was-
like
was down.
4,100.
He took the 3,000. So 1,000.
How about
he's
the
That he tried to take.
300?
Okay, so I have that.
I really think my
A
the
1,000
lowest I
gold
could
diamond.
go would be
What?
about
A
3,000.
1,000 gold piece diamond.
yes,
Okay.
I could
because that's
do.
needed for
Give me a
a
persuasion
higher
check.
level.
Okay, so I should hang on to it then. Okay.
That's a component. That's a resurrection.
nat-
That's a resurrection
Ooh.
component.
Do 2,900. So
Gregory pulls out a snow globe.
now we are talking.
How about 3,250 with both in cold steel?
3,200 and you're on.
I appreciate your time and your efforts. And Gregory shakes his hand and hands over rubies.
And he pulls like a giant sack of gold out from under the counter and just plops it. He says, "Now be careful where you spend that."
I most certainly will, thank you.
Now you have 3,200 gold.
Sounds good.
I have
Form's gonna ask if he has a clearance section.
not the intersection, but I see that you are a dwarf of fine taste. That hat of yours is of excellent craftsmanship. Now, your friends have spent quite a bit of gold in my shop today. I would like to offer you a complimentary cloak to go with that hat. And he like pulls out from like a wardrobe, like an old military
Are you serious?
military like long coat with like a fur, with like a fur hood, like a fur neckline around it. He says, "I think," and he like waves a wand, and the cloak like magically shortens to about three feet tall. He says, "I think this ought to fit you perfectly. I would, however, appreciate if you stopped talking to my workers about unionizing. Maybe save that for the streets.
Oh, what would Thorn do?
It's a nice cloak.
Oh, you put me in a tough bind here.
Keep you warm in the cold weather. Matches that.
Thorn will,
I'll let them negotiate their wages.
Oh my god.
I'll even give them benefits.
but you're offering them benefits in exchange for me to not let them unionize. to do. I gotta think about channel Bernie Sanders. Channel. Thorum is going to abruptly turn around and say, "The warmth of my comrade's solidarity will keep me." And then he'll turn around and he's gonna.
Wow.
He's gonna. Yes, he's gonna walk.
Just wand again, and the cloak disappears into thin
Yeah,
air.
Thorum's gonna walk on out into the.
That was an impressive feat.
And he says, "I want you all out of my shop now."
Oh, I want.
Well, you can still spend your gold, but then
Do I hear? What was it that you were looking at?
I want to know if they had a clearance section.
Maybe I could just.
The cloak that you were looking at.
Maybe I could
he
just sell some
offered it
stuff
to me.
out
He didn't tell me what it
out
was.
of, like in between. Like retcon. Maybe I can just sell some stuff in retcon. Like
what are you trying to say?
I have. I've been carrying around a greater silver sword and a silver longsword, and then I have like
We
candy
might
and
need that, though.
blood,
We have a
a
vampire.
face spider
I
venom.
needed that.
That's you needed those items.
I don't need them anymore. Negative energy.
Oh, I
scroll.
thought they were used. When
Nope,
you,
they're just in my inventory now. I don't need them.
but I'm saying I thought they were used when you built that cannon or whatever.
I guess that would be up to Michael. That
Because I thought that's the whole reason
we were collecting them to make one round,
yeah.
and
But then he gave
when
the
we met,
ability to automatically make rounds when he fires his weapons.
yep.
Okay.
So now through the artificer feat, it manufactures its own ammunition. So anyway, I just had some things to sell.
You sit
It's
there
not
on the
important.
counter and he says, "What does this look like to you? A pawn shop? I told you not to get out."
Oh, very good. Thank you for your time. And Codex just grabs all the stuff and puts it in his and like turns around and just like kind of like waddles out, trying not to lose anything, and carries it out.
Is Morning Kynan still with us?
No, it's gone.
No, he left before we walked in.
I got some spell components and I got 3,200 gold.
Okay.
As we leave, Thorum will turn to the guards and like give him the
Does he hand him a
Soviet.
card?
Like, give me a Soviet salute, which I can't remember
Think
what
about
that is,
what I
but
said.
he's gonna
Just
give him.
don't do a Roman.
I'm not doing a Roman salute. No, that would be a bit of a communist. They didn't get along.
Very different.
No, I will be giving them. Remember what we talked about?
And one of the guards doesn't look at you, and the other one just gives you a little, like a tiniest
Hell
little nod
yes.
as you walk out the door. And so you're back out in the
Halvor
street.
was way out.
Yeah, you guys are all out in the streets of Sigil.
Michael, is there any way that with the shit ton of gold that I have, I could find a robe of the Archmagi?
Not.
Even if I try to buy one off of.
You realize that that's like a unique.
It's a wondrous item, I know.
Wondrous.
Trying to copy
It's not like something that somebody's probably selling. It's probably like there is an archmagi somewhere that
At
wears the robe.
3,200.
That you'd have to
I
murder.
have like 4,200 now.
That's still
No, it
covered.
would probably be like 100,000 gold.
Damn
It's yeah. there's-
Wondrous items are tens of thousands of gold.
Double shark.
We saw whale shark in Georgia.
Yeah.
I don't think it's big enough.
How big was the
local
whale
whale
shark?
too. The whale shark was so big, like literally from that wall to over there. Actually, farther than
I was
that.
gonna say,
He's a big boy.
wow.
The belugas.
Those should
so
healing
incredible.
work on you, right?
Yeah.
You need a
Whale
robe
sharks
of the
are amazing.
Archmagi.
So I have one, right? You're distributing them.
Yeah, I
You'd have to
once,
find an
once we
archmagi.
once we
Kill one
walk
of the lizards 3.
once we walk out, I hand
Wait,
you
hold it, and it's
a
in the
potion of
picture.
greater
He
healing.
loves whale sharks so much. We're gonna do portrait mode. You gotta ignore me. Whale shark.
So you guys, you a
Look.
potion of greater healing. Gregory, I hand you a potion of greater healing,
Thank you.
and I hand Hellebore a potion of greater healing.
I mean, she's
Oh. Thank you. I'm fine.
What do you mean you're fine? You have?
Can I roll
Okay.
perception?
Yeah, sure. You could roll insight.
That's at 18.
18 on the die.
17 on the die.
What's your insight modifier?
I think it's +1. Let me double check.
I'm not attempting.
Roll a deception.
Oh, it's a +2. No, it's a 19.
Well, so I was gonna say she's kind of like giddy, like we need more. I have them.
Is she being deceptive or is she
No,
just
she's
being
like just like
she's proud?
yeah.
Okay.
So I keep the second one.
Okay.
So I have 3 now.
Okay. You hear like, Gregor, you hear like the jingle of vials coming from her backpack as she's like chuckling about how she doesn't need
Let's get
a health potion.
Get the hell out of here.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, I think we should start moving.
I agree.
Yes.
Codex, give me a survival check with advantage.
Okay.
You were marking the doors as you went. Let's see if you can navigate your way back.
16.
That'll work. Yeah, you are able, from your notes that you made as you were following Mordenkainen across Sigil, you're able to reverse the doorways back.
I figure since he's very analytical, he should be able to do something like that.
And you step through a doorway and find yourselves back in the sanctum. And the Wizards 3 aren't downstairs at this time. It's just the 5 of you in the entryway of the sanctum. You are rested, and you have supplies. And
Where this is.
And a whale shark.
okay,
He was so big. He's sick.
it's a whale shark. She got a video.
The Georgia Aquarium.
We went to the Georgia Aquarium while they were on sale.
He's so
Now-
big. Look, that's someone's head.
In the
That's how big he is.
Gigantic.
He literally could eat 2 people. 3
they don't.
people in
They don't eat
line.
people, but they don't eat people.
Well, their mouths look like that.
Yeah.
Funny.
They just like swallow up fish, kind of like.
They actually built
Like a bulldozer.
Yeah, eventually.
Do whale sharks filter out plankton also, though?
Look
Yeah.
at the food.
They don't have.
So cool.
They don't have any bristles, but
The bristles.
Let me Google this. I thought they did.
Yeah, good.
Thanks.
Anyway, you're back in the sanctum,
Whale shark.
and
Well,
as
okay,
soon as you guys come through the portal, you notice that the portal like flickers and is no longer sigil, and is now glowing with like a reddish purple glow.
They do
And-
have filtering pads.
Interesting, fascinating. So they are fish, not mammals.
Because yes,
Because they're sharks.
Sharkin, do you know where our next destination is?
Fascinating.
No,
Interesting.
but
Okay.
her item will guide us.
And the one thing that you can see reflected through the portal, along with it glowing like purplish red, you can distinctly see 3 moons in the sky.
I guess I'm gonna. Codex is gonna test his memory to see if he knows where that is.
They
That'd be history.
History check. Yep.
Well,
Nope.
19.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a history check too.
19 will do it.
Yeah, 13. Go on.
Arkin recognizes the red, white, and black moons hanging in the sky, and realizes that you are most likely nice.
damn that also.
You are most likely going to the world of Kryn.
Oh. Oh.
Arkin, what is Kryn?
Grid. It's
Is that a
another
plane or a place?
another realm, another planet, just like Eberron and Erud. Grid is another.
So, the portal. Where are we again?
You're in the sanctum.
Okay, so
This is the same portal that you guys have gone through to.
it just
Go to
like
the other
came up
places.
with that.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because now Mordenkainen turned it, like, he's not there to turn it into a front door anymore. So now
Okay.
the portal is back to its original thing, which is showing you wherever the next rod piece is.
Okay. I think because like Halibor is like trying to get her piece, and there's really no control over it.
Yeah, correct. So you know that you, for Belial, need the 7th piece.
Right.
And you know that that piece is in Avernus.
Right.
But the way that the rod works is that each newest piece directs you to
Got
the
it.
next connecting piece of the rod.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you will have to find
Right.
the other 2 pieces before it leads you to the 7th piece.
Okay.
Yeah. You know that Kryn is a war-torn planet, very similar to Eberron, Daryl.
Okay.
Arkin is like relaying this information. And Kryn, not only is it a war-torn planet, it is a planet that Queen Takisis, who has a dragon army, she is like the ruler of Kryn. She has an army of chromatic dragons and swears loyalty to Tiamat.
Good for her.
And there are several other, not denominations, but like warlords.
Religions? Oh.
No, not religions, but like warlords that are trying to factions. Thank you. That are trying to take power away from her. So there has been war spread all across Kryn for like over a century as these different like factions are trying to battle Takisis.
Well, if she has a dragon army, I'm sure she's very benevolent. Yeah.
One of one person of note, actually, there. I think I heard mention of another. A powerful caster named Racelet, and a ranger of dark origins named Driss.
Driss. I'll try to remember that.
Now, those names that you speak of are from an age past. They might not be around anymore.
No, I'm just saying that.
In Kryn, but that is, yes, that's where Driss Duorden is from.
Race Legier,
And race, yep.
Dragonlance.
Hmm?
The
Dragonlance.
The Dragonlance.
Dragonlance novels by Tracy
Okay.
Hickman and
I'm personally not familiar.
okay.
So very interesting.
Drift is a drow
Ranger that has a panther.
That's cool.
That's like a giant panther. It's
Is there any reason we should not proceed through the portal?
Are we ready?
I think so.
I think so.
as you step through the portal, you feel that familiar, like, cold trickle of, like, walking through a curtain of cold water. And as you step into the realm of Kryn, the rising sun limns the rolling hills around you. In the purple sky hang 3 moons, a red moon, a white moon, and a black moon, discernible only because of the stars that they blot out. Behind you, the portal. In front of you, a large mountain. 2 gigantic stone dwarven statues stand guard at the entrance to the mountain. Thorum, you
That's just so thing.
have shocking sense of deja vu as you look on what appears to be the replica of your mountain homeland, the dwarven stronghold of Clan Thorumson.
Whoa.
And in front of you are the scattered bodies of an army of dead dwarves. And the stone doors to the mountain stronghold are closed in front of you.
Is it? Do they look fresh? Like fresh? Like
No, these bodies
Okay.
look at least several days old.
I'm trying to ascertain whether Codex feels threatened.
I mean, so you just walk through a portal,
Yeah.
and you have probably about 50 dead dwarven bodies.
But desiccated bodies.
Starting to. They're only a few days old.
Couple days old.
It
Yeah.
stinks. I'm
It's bad.
assuming.
It's pretty rough. And you get a very strange, like, sinking feeling in your stomach, Thorum, because your homeland isn't on Crit. And yet, what you're seeing in front of you looks exactly like the mountain fortress that you were raised in.
So Thorum's entire demeanor would change, and he would go over to try and see if there were any like clan sigils or any insignia or any identifying features.
You see the hammer and fist of Moradin
Match.
on all of the dwarves that are laying dead on the ground. And we're going to pause there for a few minutes and take a little like bathroom and snack break,
Okay.
and then come back in a few minutes.
That last part.
Be warned.
Yeah.
No, my move is just like I feel bad, but I'm like, so I lit a candle.
That's nice. It's a good start. I keep poopery in all of, well, except for this bathroom. In all of the bathrooms.
Yeah, we can tell this is yours.
No, this is mine. I almost never use this bathroom.
Oh,
Unless I'm doing a
This
project.
would be my poop bathroom.
yeah, I was gonna say if I was you, this would,
It's so
this
far
would be
away
the shit
from
bathroom.
everything.
This would be the
No,
shit
that's the
bathroom.
main floor bathroom.
No, nobody would hear you. It's far away from everything.
It's
It's quiet.
true.
It's true. But maybe I'll start pooping down here. It would be kind of peaceful to come down
It
here.
would.
Little biohazard symbol on the door.
No.
We're gonna see like signs. Like you're gonna start having little
like the moon
decor.
that I
You're gonna
got.
have like magazines
He's
down
instead
there.
he's gonna get a little Damas.
You should have a sign that says, "You shitter."
Ye
Ye old
Ye
shitter.
shitter.
You should though.
Right?
But with two D's.
Ye old
shitter.
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 Ye shitter.
Cheater.
Abandon all hope, ye.
Alright. Let's get back to Kryn.
Tony, you should just leave now. Leave on a high
I
note.
should leave on. Right, character assassinate my character here.
So as you approach, Thorum,
Are we just walking through bodies or something?
you are basically stepping
Genocide.
through like a graveyard, like a mass
Okay.
grave.
Codex activates his Eldritch cannons because, well, obviously.
Why wouldn't
Why wouldn't I at this point?
Thorum, I mean, everything looks exactly as it did from your home. It is uncanny how precise this looks like Clan Thorumson's stronghold in the mountains.
So Thorum doesn't understand a lot of things about magic or planes.
Sure.
So his immediate reaction would be to turn to Arkin and Gregory and ask, like, what manner of witchcraft or sorcery can do this.
Well,
This is my home.
Is that
are
door
you?
open?
This is your home.
Close.
It sure looks like it.
Do you recognize any of these fallen?
They're starting to rot to the point where, like, they're not.
Can't see.
The facial
Can't see, okay.
features are not recognizable anymore.
Can I roll Arcana to see if this is like actually his home or if this is like a magical representation?
You can roll Arcane, yeah, to see if there's any like lingering illusion magic or transmutation or anything like that.
It's to 25.
You don't
Music.
sense, yeah. You
This is
don't
dead body music.
sense any magic emanating from like this structure. You don't get the feeling that this was somehow transported here from another realm. You do get the kind of inclination that maybe you're dealing with an alternate timeline, alternate dimension, where Thorum's home world existed on this version of Kryn as well. Kind of like how like Eberron was the same but different.
Same thing with Barovia.
And Barovia, yeah.
So, Thorin, so it is your home, but not the same home that you know.
I don't follow.
You know how when we went back to Barovia, where and then we realized it was not our Barovia.
I think it was.
Codex is very
Not helping.
walking around, like kind of scanning everything.
But
You
Like,
don't see anything alive.
but he's just like Codex is very.
There were
on edge.
changes
He's
with
not.
everyone.
He's just
it was
checking everything.
So Vecna likes to play with dimensions and timelines, and that's
Yes.
what's happening here. So for whatever reason, this is a timeline or dimension where your home exists on this planet.
He's basically like Vecna has chosen to fuck with each of you guys in different ways so far,
Hellebore's,
except
like-
for Hellebore.
Hellebore's far ahead. She's like kind of.
There's not that much far ahead to be. I mean, you
There's
have
Doors are
the doors are like closed right in front of you.
So
She's at the door then.
Thorum doesn't kind of understands, kind of is still confused, but he's kind of visibly shaken probably in a way that you haven't seen him like ever.
Besides the guards not being.
Codex walks up
Yeah.
to
North.
no, to you, and he's still holding his rifle in his one arm, but he puts his hand on your shoulder and squeezes it.
To Thorum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Thorum will ask, so is this what it feels like? Is this what it felt like, Codex?
Yes. This is exactly what it felt.
Helibor is trying to see like if she can hear any movement or anything behind the door. Like if there's any.
You're not able to hear anything through these doors.
They
are
big.
like
Okay.
foot wide stone doors. Like it will take multiple people on each door to try and push them open.
Okay, so is it unlocked or
You
is
don't
there,
see
is
any
there a
type
lock
of lock.
mechanism?
You don't see any type of lock mechanism from this side of the
Okay.
door.
Well, she tries to push on it, obviously trying to like open it.
You're not strong enough by yourself.
Right, but like still.
Turn to Thorn. Do you know how to get through these doors? Well, 1 second. Would you please do a sighting or whatever we want to call it with your piece?
Well,
I like to track to see which way it's pointing.
Oh, mine is the last piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Helibor holds her piece out, and it points directly through the doors into
Of
the
course.
course.
it does.
Yeah.
Do the doors look
But
like?
it's slightly upwards also.
Okay.
Do you know how to get through
Like
these
15
doors?
foot tall.
I mean,
Like,
I'm
Imagine
assuming
the
I would know
door
you
of
just
Moria.
push it.
Basically that.
No, my question is, do they
Just
look
double
like
check
they
them.
were damaged or breached?
They don't.
They look unmolested.
Correct.
Okay.
There are dead bodies outside. The
Yeah.
doors looked intact, and they have just been closed.
Does it? Can we kind of figure out how they died?
Does it look like they died
Ooh.
defending the door, or were they?
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. Ooh, I've never done that
I know,
before.
we
I
don't
don't
do
know my
medicine
skill on
Would I
don't do
be able
medicine.
medicine
to-
checks
would I be
very
able to
often.
tell if they died like defending the door, or
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it.
I'm
Yeah.
dumb.
Exactly.
You
Like they're dead.
I can make
What'd
a
you
check
say?
if you want.
Three.
but-
Are you
Somebody
trying
else
to?
do medicine check.
Are you trying to
Your
determine
medicine
how they died, or like
What
are they in like a
direction?
formation?
Yeah, like were they holding a line? Were their
But I
backs to
can
the
add a
door?
word
Were
to
their
it.
backs?
You can tell
All
each
right.
dwarf has
But
a
yeah,
shield and a pike
No.
in their hand.
I got a 6, but I didn't get 4. So
I rolled a 25 on a medicine check.
No, that's not. No, that's not. A thing.
You can see some of the
Sorry, I have a +7 to medicine.
some of the dwarves look like they have been cut down with weapons, and some of the dwarves look like they have been like decayed at like an exponential rate,
Alarming
like necrotic energy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thorin, if this is a representation of your home, is there another way in? Also,
You're gonna have to help me out here, Mike.
Thorin, the walls do not appear to be breached. Should we attempt to knock? Perhaps the survivors are still inside.
It's huge. Look,
So
No, but based on what we know, it does look that way.
it doesn't
right?
look like it was breached.
It looks like they survived, and this is just the vanguard that was lost. That's how I'm seeing it.
So if this was your home, like if this was exactly the mountain that you are from, the only other entrance to the city besides this front door would be a secret side path, and the only way that that can be opened is from inside the mountain.
So I would relay that to you.
Like you would basically have to have somebody that was willing to open that door for you at like a set time to get into the mountain. It is like a secret entrance that can't be opened from the outside.
I would relay that to you. Also, with the knowledge that if this is what's outside the gate, then things are probably not much better.
You would
inside.
also know, I will say this, from your knowledge, you would know that the soldiers that are dead outside of the fortress there are more of them than would normally be guarding the entrance to this fortress. Like they sent extra troops outside,
And they all got killed.
and they all got killed. This is more troops than would normally be outside the walls of the fortress guarding the keep. Like normally they would keep everybody inside where it's safe.
Yeah.
They would have to have a reason to send people outside where they're vulnerable, outside the walls of this mountain.
And I'm sure since they're dwarven made, I can't even see a crack of light through.
No, there's like a
A
perfect.
hell worse pushing on it.
She's not able to do it by herself. You see her like her neck veins
I will
like,
assist you.
bulging from the side, and she's like straining her muscles. Codex steps up to the door next to her, and with the two of you pushing, you hear
Never mind.
and it just kind of like echoes out into the silence. And you guys don't see anything without dark vision. It's pitch black.
Do you have dark vision?
I can activate it, or I could activate my the light on the rifle.
That's dark.
This is
dark
no.
vision.
This is no. Oh, this is a 2.
I was gonna make that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
No. I'm getting Gimli vibes from the from this. Yeah.
I'm gonna act.
And they call it a mine.
Oh, it's such a good.
It's been so long since I've seen
As
it.
long as nobody drops a bucket down a well, we're okay, right, Mike?
Right.
You don't.
I'll
see any
activate
wells
my
in
dark
this room.
vision. And, I'll start moving into the corridor.
As you activate your dark vision, you see in this room here, right in front of you. Yeah, like you two are like right at the doorway here. You see, how far does your dark vision go?
150 feet.
You see 4 dwarves. You see one at each of these pillars. And the dwarves are in full armor, and they're just standing at attention with their weapons at each of these pillars.
And they look like they're living. I see.
They're just in full plate armor.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I hold up 4 fingers, and I'm gonna use my ability to animate a stone. I pick up a stone and I infuse it with a chirping sound like a cricket, and I throw it into the middle. I toss it like into here.
Into the middle.
See if they respond to it.
As you do that, you see all 4 of the dwarves turn and look at you. They still have their weapons exactly as they were. They just turn and all draw attention to you as the one who threw the stone.
Okay. Thorum, I think you should get in here. And I'd say, hail and well met.
That's my line.
We are
He's learning.
we have one of your companions with us. And I don't aim my rifle at them. I
all
keep it
all
down.
4 dwarves start like tapping their halberds on the ground in 3.
Is this normal?
I don't have a.
This would only be
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I would.
I don't know if it's like an honor guard or if this is like.
Or if this is like kill these assholes, they open
Yeah.
the door. Could I make? I mean, would I need to make a history with Thor? Need to make a history check to know what that meant, or
So there's
it's
no
just some
lights
sort
on.
of it's pitch black in here except for
no? That's not good.
the light coming from
That
outside.
is more ominous.
That is
Yeah.
much more-
That is ominous.
All the 4 dwarves are facing you. They don't say anything. You would only identify the tapping of like the pole arms against the ground as like a means of announcing people entering. Like they might do that to draw attention or
Okay.
to announce the entrance of a guest or something like that.
Well, Thorm will enter, and he has dark vision. And
Yeah.
do you need me to make a check to understand if this is? I mean, I'm assuming this is vastly not normal to not have any lights on.
No, it'd be super weird.
It'd be super,
It'd be super
like,
weird
it's
to like
not how
walk
this-
into a
yeah.
mountain fortress and just have it
A
be pitch
dwarven
black.
hold it is pitch black. Can I see anything like beneath the armor of what they are? They're in full.
They're in full
They're in
plate
full
with
plate.
halberds.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna. Yeah, say like.
Wait, I think I speak Dwarvish.
Do you actually?
No, that's right. No, that's a different.
Yeah, I'll
character.
say, like-
that was.
What has befallen this place, brothers? Except in his accent, or comrades, not brothers, comrades. Yeah. So he's gonna. Yeah.
And in Dwarvish, the closest guard responds to you, darkness has fallen.
Are you the only ones left?
No. We are many.
Can you turn a light on in here? I was waiting. Wait. Why are all the lights out? Who has attacked our holes?
In the dark, we are strong.
Well, that ain't creepy.
I'm gonna. Yeah, Thorn's
Yeah.
gonna turn around to the rest of the party and say, "We might have a problem."
I activate the light on the end of my rifle. It's still aiming at the ground, but I activate that light source,
And as you cast
which
light,
will light up the room.
yeah, as you cast light, you see all four of the dwarven guards like take like a staggered stance and like bear their halberds at you. They don't rush you or anything like that.
Light is not usually seen as
How
a-
close are they?
They're at each of these pillars.
The ones that are close,
They
what's their coloring?
treat
You
light.
can't tell. They're in full plate armor.
Okay.
Thorm is gonna try and assert rank and tell them to stand down because he's technically, being grudge bearers. And he's Thorm T. Thormson. I mean, this is his plan. baby.
In Dwarvish, the one closest to you that's been talking to you says, "We do not take orders from you, son of Thorum."
Ooh.
Who do you take orders from? Who is your current
It
commander?
is interesting.
The Lord Thoth.
Lord, who's that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I would
No.
no.
I was.
But it's not Thorum.
It's not my name.
It's not your name or your dad.
May we treat with your commander?
He does not see visitors. He speaks in common to you.
Are you in danger? You have a lot of dead outside.
Those are not our dead.
Did you kill them?
Is Gregory in this conversation now too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're just like listening, and you're like,
Yeah,
I'm too curious.
Are they wearing the same type of armor as the people who are dead outside?
Yes.
Huh.
Okay, I want to investigate their features. Like, can I see their face, or is their helmet like covering?
Gregory's kind of getting like a little antsy. So we're here for and kind of like Marge. Are you? Oh wow, sorry.
Marge.
Sorry, no. Sorry, no.
I don't even know if Marge is alive still.
Marge is alive. Well, that'll be it later.
We
That'll
have to
be
believe she's alive.
that'll be a whole post game mission.
Yeah, that's terrible.
No.
Is he Michael?
He's not.
You murdered my old character outside of.
Out of spite, out of your control.
Hellebore, do you have the rot out like scanning or?
I mean, it already went up and straight.
Yeah,
I'm
it's pointing
assuming.
kind of like diagonal
Yeah.
upwards from where you
I
are.
mean, we have to get past it.
So Gregory walks in and goes, "We're looking for another piece like that," and points to the rod. Do you all know what that is, where it is? Any information would be here would be tremendously helpful.
And the one dwarf looks at you and says in common, I think it is time for you to leave.
Thorm's going to tell him if he doesn't take him to, what was it, Sloth, immediately he'll have his head, and he'll gesture at the head of the construct that's already on his belt.
And now they do point their pole arms at you
I
guys.
fire at the.
And we'll need to
closest.
roll initiative.
Yeah, I figured that's
Oh, Teleport's just about to go invisible.
Sorry, dear.
yeah, Thorm's a proud dwarf.
Oh, please.
Nobody installs Clan Thorm. It's a little bastard.
I got it.
4.
4 for Jaboy.
Arkin.
18.
Ooh. Codex.
16.
Thorum.
9. Mighty 9.
Hellebore. 21.
21.
If I could just turn invisible anyway, I guess.
Yeah.
Then up first is going to be Hellebore.
Shit, I wasn't even thinking about what Okay, so
Well,
wait.
we'll take a break and we'll come back.
You know what? Let's take another break.
So are they the dwarves or are they
They're the
skeletons?
dwarves. They're dwarves.
Are they skeletal dwarves?
They're dwarves. I don't know. They're dwarves in plate mail.
But-
you dwarves.
Didn't have any extra dwarves.
So they're
No,
dwarves.
I have like 2 dwarves.
I had like 8 dwarves. I could have brought them.
I should have asked.
Alright.
I expect.
God.
There are maybe spells. There are maybe spells that you guys could cast to
Oh,
find
I have
out
spells.
more about what they are.
You had that one dwarf that. No, the one that you had planned for me.
Oh, I do have that.
Okay. I know, I'm gonna have to stab a stab.
I do have 4 dwarves.
4 dwarves for the 4 dwarves.
What's that? 4 dwarves.
4 dwarves. 4 dwarves.
Oh, okay. Alright. You do. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay, so the guy who's painted right in front
Yeah.
of Thorum.
Yeah.
So I'm going to scorch a seal into his soul. I'm gonna walk up to him.
Sounds so aggressive.
So he will now take the extra 5 damage. I was reading a lot about this,
Mm-hmm.
and the Hellraiger is like the most annoying character for a DM. So I'm trying to make this as easy as
To like keep track of
possible.
all the.
I am trying to keep track.
Uh huh. Yeah.
all right.
Fair.
So he takes an extra 5. This will actually be helpful.
Uh huh. Perfect.
And
Your
then
feels.
That's good.
so because now I have extra damage with leveling up.
Yay.
Let's keep going.
Are you attacking? Okay.
Just
So are you moving? Are you moving into melee range?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
27 to hit.
I'm sorry.
Yep, that hits.
It's good talking.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So now instead of 5d4, I roll 5d8 of bonus.
That's a big change.
Yeah, it's huge. So I'm gonna roll.
Huge.
What type of damage is that?
Huge.
Poison?
No, this is a lot. Okay, so it's just the scimitar
We believe.
damage.
Okay.
Never play with.
So I'll do that. So 12 just from the scimitar.
Okay. 12.
Then I can roll the extra. Is it in? Oh, it is in darkness.
Yeah. No, not anymore.
There's light coming in from the. There's also light coming in from the door.
Well,
Yeah.
I could have done extra damage, but that's fine.
No, I did not. No. Yeah, I did not ruin that. We literally opened a giant door 10 feet away from him, and it's daylight outside.
Okay. So 1d8 damage or 1d8 poison damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be 5 poison damage plus 5.
And you don't see anything.
Oh wait, no. It'll be 5 poison damage. Okay.
You don't see anything happen to him when you try to inflict the poison damage on him.
Okay, so just the poison, but did the scimitar do anything?
The scimitar did damage.
Great. So, okay.
No, they just put that.
So that's 24 damage as my extra damage.
From your seal.
No, that is
Don't you have
just.
to? I was gonna say, don't you have to ignite your seal to do that damage?
Well, I already no. So
So you put your seal on as a bonus action,
yeah, this is why this is a lot to keep track of. So
and then your seal does an additional 5 damage anytime it's
So
hit.
I am doing so it would only do as something if I burned it, but I didn't burn it. I just
Okay.
put it on him,
So then
and
what's
it's
doing-
now extra 5. So it's 24 is because it's strike from the dark.
But it's not in
So
dark.
that's fine. Because once per turn I can hit the sealed creature with a melee attack and have advantage on that roll. I can roll 5d8 extra damage. I could roll extra damage if it was in darkness.
Okay.
So
So once per turn, you get
only
to
once
deal
per turn.
extra damage to a sealed creature.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's 24,
Yeah.
just straight up damage.
Straight up damage
Okay.
plus 5.
Okay. Got it. All right.
And then I am going to extra attack.
Okay.
Okay, that'll be 24 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Hits.
And that will be 10 damage, and then the poison does nothing. So
Give me a Constitution check.
okay, that would be I guess 15 damage 'cause plus 5, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a 20.
Okay. In your mind, as you slash this dwarf with your sword, one, you don't see any blood falling to the ground.
Okay.
Two, you notice that your poison damage didn't seem to do anything to it.
Yeah.
And three, your sword whispers inside your mind, "No blood, I need blood." But nothing happens to you other than it talks to you.
I think Halivor like kind of is like they're not real, and like says it out loud.
Okay. End of Helibor's turn.
They definitely look real.
Yeah, she did say that out loud, so anybody.
Yeah,
They're not real.
they're not real.
It looks like you hit it.
Yeah, that's all I do.
Arcane
That's all I do.
And then Coda.
Did they look like they took
It
any
was-
damage?
Yeah.
In response,
Just not from your poison.
Okay.
the dead usually are not affected by poison. I ready myself when the other two move up within 30 feet.
Ooh, okay.
Ready in action.
All right. Okay.
Noise.
Then it'll be Codex's turn.
I know. Terrible caffeine after 9 o'clock.
I wish I was that caffeine sensitive. I've had my coffee.
It's like hilariously laughed at whatever you said, Niner.
I don't usually have alcohol and then caffeine after.
I like the combination of
It is a
alcohol and
weird
caffeine.
feeling.
It kind of keeps
Espresso
me
martini.
I know.
You can
It
make fun
kinda
of as
keeps
much as
me-
you
it
want.
kinda
It's
keeps me
the
like-
best drink.
It's been
going
so
right
long.
on, like right on that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Espresso martini.
They're just
That's what
expensive.
it is.
They are.
That's next. Next
All right,
time we're doing
Codex.
espresso martini.
You're up.
Espresso martini is just
And you
Red Bull
are-
vodka for adults.
Yes.
You are 10
Yeah,
feet
exactly.
from that guy, so you're not in melee range with him.
I am.
What's the point?
So, am I in your way to do stuff?
Probably not.
Okay, because the spell shaping and all that.
Yeah,
If anything, I'm kind of blocking you from getting hurt, right?
maybe.
Okay. So I'll stay where I am. I'm gonna haste On moi.
Good old moi.
Which will give me an extra action. So
Concentration.
it is concentration.
Okay.
So then I'm going
No, it's
to.
just one.
Is it just one?
Yeah.
What's that?
level, I think.
It's touch, right? Haste.
Haste is a 30 foot.
Oh.
Within 30.
Oh, okay. Well,
And I did have to use a shaving liquor, but
So you pull out like a little.
yeah. I just kind of drag it across like a sharp edge of my armor.
Yeah, a little shading pops
Yeah.
off and then disintegrates as you hasten yourself.
And then with that, I'm going to take aim at the one closest to me, right there, and I try to blast it with the anti-matter rifle.
All right.
So that is going to be 25 to hit,
That hits.
and then that's going to do either 38 or, because I can reroll my first attack as a savage attacker, or 21. I'll take 38 damage. 38 force damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry, necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to, with my bonus action, both the shoulder cannons take aim, and the one on my right shoulder fires. It's 25 to hit. That does 18 force damage.
Okay.
And then the one on my left shoulder fires at him. And it's 21 to hit.
Hits.
And that's 16 force damage.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. All right.
Finally dealing
Plus
some
5.
decent damage.
+5.
No, he didn't attack the
wrong
one
one.
you sealed. He attacked the one close to him.
Right.
Because I don't really have a good. Well, I guess I could fire over Thorum, but
Right.
somewhere to weaken the other one.
This dwarf.
When it gets to 30 feet, something's going to happen. 30 feet from each other. Actually,
From each other?
yeah. Yeah, so it would be 20, 30. Right up there.
Okay.
And I'm guessing this one is also going to be moving up.
He will be before Thorum takes his turn, yes.
Oh, okay. So they're not moving up.
They're not
Oh.
in unison.
Actually, no, this is fine. It chains.
Can you tell me how much damage I did on my turn? Since like I think it might be the highest damage roll I've had in the entire game.
You did 72 points of damage.
All right.
Yeah.
So
That felt
I
Nice gun.
yeah, and
I
that's for the ranged
raised
weapons too.
my little Chris rod,
Mm-hmm.
and
You firing off chain lightning.
yeah, it chains out. It will hit all of them.
Deck saves.
Deck saves.
Okay.
That's a lot of ice in your hand there, Dave.
Yes.
Holy mackerel.
I know.
DC 21.
Mm-hmm.
To make my invention.
Four. All of them are
Make
going to
this
fail.
easier.
None of them can roll a 21. They have +0 modifier.
Easy
Okay.
character.
No, I have a dice invention.
Oh,
Huh?
To make. I just have to find somebody to
Do you
make
patent
with
it?
acrylic.
Don't say it, Ron.
I won't.
Somebody,
I'm gonna say
the
it,
one
but
person watching
it's
us will
fucking
steal your
awesome.
idea.
I told this guy at the D&D, like, he was like a D&D guy at the Oddies Fest, and he was like, fuck, make it! And I was like, I know,
Yeah.
I need to find some
60 points.
60, 60.
6-0 each.
Next oddity's fair.
That.
Some weird shit.
I did,
That.
and then I shouldn't have bought
Wow.
it, because I didn't have money. I also wanted
That.
7 animals to
you
go.
get 60 damage to each of them.
Each of them.
Yeah, so that's already being me. That's double. 120.
It's okay, let's go.
This one drops to the ground. The other three
Oh right.
still standing.
Okay. Like dead?
What did you
or
hit
just
them
drop
with?
to the ground?
Just drop to the
Chain
ground.
lightning.
Okay.
Okay.
It does an initial and then it chains.
Hey,
The 3 other objects.
Codex can do damage sometimes.
All right. So okay,
That was awesome.
now it's the dwarf's turn,
I mean,
Did you hit?
each of
Did
them?
you hit the guy with
Bummer.
the seal?
and he took the extra
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
But you still
Killing
did
it.
240 damage total. That's amazing.
I'm gonna
Hills, why don't you
take,
do stuff like that?
oh boy.
Reaction.
Yeah, I'm
They
gonna
take
take a
their
reaction.
dash. They take their dash actions. Okay.
Why do you only deal damage once every 6 turns?
I don't know.
Missing. I'm gonna hit the one in front of me because he came within 5 feet of me.
That is
That's
true.
fair.
That is true.
Yeah. Because half the time I'm healing people.
You are true.
Which one? The one that just passed?
28 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see.
Yeah, 28 hits. There's not much that a 28 won't hit.
Yeah.
I gotta remember all of the things to roll. 2d6. Okay, 11 plus 7, so 18 plus 4. So yeah, 22 points of damage on my reaction.
Okay. The dwarf in front of Hellebore is going to attack. Okay. Multi-attack you. 3 hit, a 20 to hit, a 17 to hit.
I'm 17, so I guess.
So yes. And a 27 to hit.
Jesus, yeah.
Okay.
Just
What? 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
The second attack, which was the 17, I changed the I bet luck, so it's subtracting a d4.
It just misses you.
Okay.
As the dwarf swings out with its pole arm, it only hits you 2 times instead.
Okay.
The first strike hits you for 12 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, so I take
Yep.
half. So
So 6 points of
6.
necrotic damage. And 15 points of slashing damage as it cleaves down into you with its arm. And you do find it concerning and odd that this dwarf that was in the darkness that isn't bleeding just did necrotic damage to you.
right.
And with its second attack, it does 16 necrotic, so 8, and 19 points of slashing damage as it brings its halberd down a second time.
Okay.
The second knight is dead. The third knight had to take its dash action to get there. The fourth knight had to take its dash action to get to you. We're up to Thorum's turn then.
Right. How's the one in front of me looking? The one that I took the reaction again.
Fizzled?
Probably sizzled and now a little bit cut, hopefully.
You notice some rends in its armor, and you can't make out much more than that.
Okay.
But there's no blood.
There's no blood
There's
on
no
the ground.
Alright, I will make... So if I make more than one attack and the first attack would kill it, would I just lose that second attack then?
You should just roll one attack.
I just roll one attack at a time then? Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, I will swing the adamantine 6. 18 plus 13, so I'm guessing
That hits.
it's okay. Okay. 13 plus 5, so 18 damage. Yeah, that's the first attack. So 18 damage on the first attack.
Okay.
Is it still standing?
It's still standing.
I'll swing both ends of it over.
Yep.
Yeah. 16 plus 13.
Yep.
Um, 19 points of damage.
Okay. Still standing.
Still standing. All right. All right. Third time's a charm. Well, I rolled a nat 1. Does that mean I
You miss.
automatically miss? I'm gonna use lucky because I want to kill this.
You to re-roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
because
What's
that's
they're doing 3 times a day.
it is an 18 hit.
An 18 does not hit.
Son of a bitch.
Glance off of its armor.
All right.
Like a reach rings out through the black darkness as your 6-blade glances off its armor.
All right, then that's all Thorm got.
Up next is Gregory at the end of the turn order, and then
Hell yeah.
back to Helivore.
Can you make a dex save for me, Michael?
On all of them?
Yes. Or
I sure can.
They're all right.
What's the DC?
18.
13, 18, 19.
All right, so
I have a feeling it won't matter for the one, even if it did make the save, but okay.
all right.
What are you casting?
Fireball.
Fireball.
Do.
So the first one fails the save, the second two make the save.
6, 9, 10, 22, 3. 37 points of fire damage.
Saved.
Did you cast that at like a lower level?
Yes.
Middle one.
Dead. Dead.
Again. So there's one left.
There's one left standing. Right.
Okay.
Okay. And then at the top of the turn order, it will go to Helivore.
Fuck him up, kid.
Okay, so my bonus action, I'm gonna move the seal to him,
Mm-hmm.
and
Seals are so cool.
it's pretty cool.
You gonna make it?
I'm here. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's a long fucking week.
Yep.
Mm. 16 to hit.
16 misses. It deflects your sword, your scimitar away.
Did you move
with the
around
pole arm.
to flank it?
24 to hit.
Are you
For
moving?
my
Are you
extra
moving
attack.
over to it
Yeah,
to be able to
yeah,
be in range? Okay. 24 does hit.
Did you say
Okay.
polearm?
Yes.
Does she have 10-foot reach?
She doesn't. She moved. She moved in range of it.
So that's 14
I thought
damage
polearms have 10-foot reach.
plus.
Okay.
Theirs do. Yes.
Huh.
Why?
I thought all polearms had a 10-foot reach.
They do, but she's attacking them. She doesn't have a 10-foot reach.
Misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was 14 damage plus 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Then
Mm-hmm.
21 damage.
Because you're once per turn thing.
Yeah. Is that
What is that called?
That is called Strike from the Dark.
As you slash your scimitar down with your second swing, you watch as like this swirl of like dark flames engulfs the dwarf, and it collapses to the ground in front of you as your strike from the dark kills it.
Did we take them down without taking damage?
No, I
No,
took
she
damage.
took a lot of
Thank you.
damage.
Yeah, she took a lot.
Thanks for noticing.
Are we out of initiative?
You are out of
I'm
initiative.
gonna pull one of their helmets off.
You see a skeletal head underneath
So
the
they're,
helmet.
They were undead.
they're undead.
Shit. That's
Great.
Said
Yeah.
Yeah.
why the poison
be
didn't
sure.
work. Why they didn't
Yeah.
bleed.
But at least I don't take them.
Yeah, you see like skin just like sloughing off of like a skeleton underneath them
Lovely.
as you
Sort of.
pull
Yeah.
their
Way
armor.
around.
Yes.
If it's the same layout as my home, then I should.
Well,
But if things were different for you and Barovia,
yes, but the layout was the same.
okay.
Thor, what about this court? This
We don't find anything of interest,
courtyard.
do we?
Is the courtyard the
Just
same
their
as you
armor and
remember?
weapons, yeah.
Everything's exactly the same.
They don't carry any interesting items on them.
As it
Then
would
I'm
have been.
guessing we need to go upstairs since it was pointed
It's
out.
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair.
So
Do the thing.
I would very much like to speak to this Soth. Soth. I keep mispronouncing it.
It's okay.
That's pretty cool.
I have a feeling we will meet him. Just the way things have gone in other places. Either him or his champion.
His name will be added to my book.
I knew a girl that had a list.
Should we assume that anyone we encounter is hostile at this point?
That feels like a fairly safe assumption.
Always the case.
I mean,
Are you guys like moving further into the room?
Yeah.
Is there like anything that we could light?
Yeah, there are torches in brackets like around the walls and stuff.
She lights.
Yeah,
them.
you
So
could.
do have a-
Yeah, you could like torches as you go.
Yeah.
Do the
Absolutely.
walls look as though time has passed significantly more so than it otherwise would have?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't look like this.
No, there's not like cobwebs or anything like that. It does look like battles have been fought.
Oh, that's what I was gonna be.
Yeah.
So it looks like a
Yeah,
siege
like-
had taken place here, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like there has been a battle fought in this fortress, but it does not look like an extensive period of time has passed. Like there's not like a layer of dust on the floors or anything like that.
Any other bodies? As we're
In this room, no.
okay.
Nope.
So where should we go?
Yeah, Mike.
If
you
you
know that I know that my character knows, but I don't
Right.
know as the player where we're
So-
actually going.
Thorm would know that there are stairs in this main entryway that lead up to like a second floor balcony area right here. And he would also know that there are stairs at the far corner of the fortress that also lead upstairs.
So I would relay that to you. And see what the better route would be. I'm guessing the more direct route would be
The rod is pointing almost like straight up
directly
in the air.
Okay. I'll relay both the ways to get up to the next floor.
Okay.
Let's try these stairs.
Yeah.
I think Codex either wants to help, like, clear the next rooms or stay in the back in case something comes up behind us.
I would.
But I think the spellcaster should probably stay in the middle.
I would definitely.
Yeah, I
be in
wouldn't
the
worry about
front.
anything behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, any
Oh, just in case the spellcaster should be
I think definitely what's
knocked
coming.
out first time. Yeah.
Clear rooms like down the hallways.
I just was trying to think of the order of how we were going through rooms.
Left or right?
We were
I
going.
know you're the stealthiest, so I figured you.
Help me out here, Mike.
So both staircases lead
They
up
both go
to,
up, and
they
then-
both lead to the same place.
Okay, and then
It's
the other
like
map is.
you're
the
in like a
second
main
floor.
entry room that has like two
I see.
stairways that both lead up to the same
Yeah,
balcony.
Helipore goes first. Just to scout it. I'll scout it out.
Stealthily or just normal or okay, give me a stealth check.
And also because this is Thorum knows the way, I figured you would probably be in the front.
Yeah, I would definitely want to
this
be in the
occasion,
front.
so I'd rather stay in the back.
27
Thank you.
on stealth.
As you creep your way up the stairs, what you see as you make your way up, you can see like an observation point for the what looks like almost like a temple area down
So
below.
this is like
So yeah,
a
like
balcony.
yeah, this is all
And
like
that's
the whole
below.
way around is a balcony, and the shaded
Okay.
blue area is like down below.
Okay.
What you see down below, you see stalking around the room down there, what appears to be some kind of werewolf pacing back and forth in the middle of the room. Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for
Shakira.
convenience.
She's
Kind of poor melted.
Poor
Surgery.
Shakira.
She doesn't seem, or they don't seem to notice you as you're creeping up on the floor up here. And then you notice that around the stairs in either direction are multiple doors that aren't in this like observation area. You don't see anybody in this immediate room in front of you though.
Okay. Who's right behind me? Thor?
I am.
Sure.
Do you live in werewolves?
Do you believe in werewolves? Is that what you asked him?
I knew one once. They melted.
Well, there's another one.
Hmm.
I don't think they're a friend.
So I'll turn back and relay that to the rest of
The rest of the party, which is downstairs. You can't
Downstairs.
see.
That is
Like the doors are closed to this area
room.
on the
Right.
first
Yeah.
floor. You guys can just see down into the
So I will
amphitheater.
relay
Perhaps
that
we should keep
information.
moving.
Yeah, she's kind of like we can sneak past, but like,
I don't think the
And it's like a floor down, so like you don't have to be
Right.
super sneaky. Like this werewolf is down on the first floor, and you
Sure.
guys are up on the second floor, kind of making your way around. So you would have to be pretty loud. I mean,
okay.
everybody give me.
Oh,
I was gonna say everybody give me a stealth check.
okay.
am I
but-
still good, or should I do another one?
You're fine with a 27 or whatever you roll.
Yeah.
God.
Thorum's will be a disadvantage.
Well, I have those boots of elven kind, so I am gonna use lucky because I rolled a 1.
Oh,
God, I love that
I
lucky
thought
thing.
the boots of Elwood give you advantage.
Yeah.
But I have disadvantage because I wear plate mail, so it
Oh,
cancels.
cancels out.
Why do you have plate mail?
Because I'm a
I got a new slide.
because
very quiet.
I don't want
Kind
to
of
get hit by
float with your
things.
thrusters. Like you're floating through the hallway, not making any sound.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Did you roll 2 nat ones?
Yes.
Well, I'm telling you, remember we talked about this.
No,
I'm-
you're right. It does.
I
do that.
really think D&D Beyond, when you roll the same thing,
Roll a real
twice,
die. Roll a
it
real
will
die.
give you
Should
the
I roll
exact
a
same
real one?
results twice.
All right. Well, that's an 18 plus.
That's happened to me.
One.
Yeah, it's
so many
happened a lot.
times.
Is that okay?
It's
Did
just-
anybody
it's
roll
just-
lower than a 12?
No, 15.
No,
No? Okay.
it just gives you the same result.
You guys,
Okay.
you guys are able to make it up the stairs. Which way are you going as you come up the stairs?
Okay, so she's holding this out.
Mhm.
Where is it going?
It's still pointing up,
Just up.
Up.
Straight up.
straight up.
Okay.
So I would, knowing my home, I would relay where the next staircase. would
Yeah.
The next
Yeah, you're in
staircase.
leading now.
be. I am leading through Michael because you know
Yeah.
would
Down there.
The next staircase up to the third floor is right.
What's
Right
that?
there, right?
It's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 2 sets of stairs. There's one at the back and there's one at the front. The one at the back is like back there and the other one's right here. So you have these stairs over here and these stairs at the back over
Okay.
here. And you guys are here.
Okay.
So you'd either have to circle,
Yeah, we don't.
you'd have to like try and circle around.
Yeah. So you tell us where to go.
is the
You have to head out and that way no matter what.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll relay that information and suggest. Whoa.
What?
So we go through that room, and then the nearest staircase would be on the opposite side of it.
Okay. So we'll
We'll scoot on over. Do we need to move him, or is he gonna move us?
It's good.
Move the map. I don't know.
As you make your way around the room, you realize once you get over to this area that the floor seems to be collapsed in front of you. You have about a 15-foot gap over to safe ground where you could make your way to the back stairs of the castle.
Warren would know, but
I could fly across, and then we could use a rope to create what do you call it?
How does this floor look right here?
Yeah.
Fairly intact. Like you wouldn't be able to cross here.
Okay.
You'd have to at least jump 5 feet across.
Would Thorum know and understand that the one piece of the staff has anti-gravity?
Reverse gravity?
Yeah, reverse gravity.
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody who holds a piece of the staff is innately attuned to what that piece of the staff does.
And how high is the ceiling there?
20 feet.
I think that's way better because then I don't have to use a spell slot.
exactly.
But only one of us can hold it at a time.
Can we hold one?
I think you
I-
can cast
it's-
it, but I think you can cast it.
It casts in an area.
Oh, we cast in an area.
Uh-huh.
Then
Okay.
Thorum will recommend.
Did you add it to your inventory?
I'm not holding it. Somebody else is holding. Oh, you mean we all added to them?
Oh, I thought you had it. Okay.
No, I'm not.
No, he's
I
not
don't
holding
have
any of the
these.
pieces.
Yeah.
So,
You will all fall 20 feet. Well, except for you. You could just climb along the walls.
yes.
Everyone else would technically fall 20 feet to the ceiling and then would be able to walk across the ceiling.
But what happens when I disengage it? They fall
They would
again.
fall 20 feet again.
I give that warning.
I thought because I had it for a while. I thought the instructions said that once you're in the air, you can push off of objects and stuff. So
Yeah, but you fall until you hit something that stops you.
Oh, because it reverses gravity, doesn't like
Yes.
float around.
No, it's not like levitate. You fall upwards.
I got it.
So if you tied a rope to the floor and then activated anti-gravity, you could just hold onto the rope as gravity flipped,
Correct. You could.
and then you wouldn't slam into the ceiling.
True.
Okay.
And then you could let go of the rope and only fall 3 feet and not take any damage or something like that.
Does anyone have any rope?
Or hold
Yeah.
on to the rope.
I
I
think
do.
we all do.
Yes, I will allow you to use reverse gravity while all holding onto a rope, and then you can lower yourselves to the ceiling, walk across, and then like pull yourselves downward with the rope to the other side. It would just expend the use of the reverse gravity. But anybody who doesn't want to do that could also just misty step
Yeah,
across.
it's only once a day. I feel like this is the perfect
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, my only other way across is jumping.
I could also I could also use the portal.
That would also work.
Let's just use the portal.
How many?
It's way
But-
easier. There's way more. There's no checks involved.
There's anybody can walk through it.
Okay.
Yep.
For how long?
Portal.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably once per.
Better
Yep,
than
it
a
is.
weird rope.
So
Anti-gravity.
I cast the portal across there, and I think we should do this. This would be much faster and efficient. While I did like your other idea, I just walked in.
So over by the door,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah,
Like here,
Yeah, I-
and then over by that
So over here,
that door.
wait, why over here?
here.
You're gonna trap yourselves instead of
No,
going
no,
this
no,
way?
no. I thought the door right there is where.
You can go up this way or that way over there. Yes, either
No, no. I'm saying
over here.
Yeah, let's
yeah.
do that.
But the
That would work.
portal there.
I do that
yeah.
thing.
You
I do
would-
that thing.
you
Right?
do
I
the
do
thing.
that thing there.
Yep. Codex expends the use of his piece of the rod and very portal gun-esque
There we go.
back in the thigh,
Yeah.
in the thigh gap.
The cake is a lie.
Wait, what piece is
See,
that?
oh, that's fine.
That's Hellbor's
Whatever.
piece.
Uh-uh.
the thing. Come on.
So yeah, you guys all teleport over
Yeah.
to here.
Yay.
Yay, that was very smart.
And you well done. Well, good use of a piece of the
Wow,
rod.
thanks for- this is
We're getting smart.
It's actually
We are,
easier to only have one because I'm like,
Yeah,
I
you
have
can remember
one
your
thing to
one
think
thing.
about.
Up here, you are seeing
Like, she was
several
right.
dead bodies. Bodies
Okay.
of dead dwarves lying
Okay.
along the ground.
Fair.
No signs of life coming from them.
I am kind of poking them with the bayonet
None of them are moving.
just to make sure that they're all,
Yeah.
dead.
None of them like rustle as you poke them or move past them. They.
The next screen is up.
Brains. Discord.
Oh, Discord. Sorry. Are you guys making your way through?
Yeah.
In fact, I'm stabbing them as I go past. I'm like driving the bayonet. Yep.
How do you feel about that, Thora?
I think they're dead.
I'm
Extra dead.
I am testing out my new. Hey, if you have a blade, you might as well use the blade.
My grandpa used to.
If you have a weapon, use it. Are you guys making your way
Bring a knife
through
to a
the
gunfight.
Yeah.
door here?
I do both.
You guys make your way through that doorway and find yourselves in a long, dark hallway.
Delightful.
You don't
We
see.
usually find ourselves in a long, dark hallway.
Yeah. You
Usually
don't
there's always
see any
something else in
light
there.
coming
Yeah,
from.
it's never just us.
Good
coming
thing you're
from
in
the
front.
end.
Oh, and
of
I'm
it.
in front.
You don't have to be.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
No, she has to be.
Yeah. I'm being careful. I'll roll.
What do you want to roll? Are you being stealthy?
No? Yeah. Yeah, I'll roll stealth.
Are you like moving on ahead?
Yeah.
All right.
Again, I'll be scouting a little bit. Hmm?
Which way do you want to go? You guys are in this hallway still. The rest of the party's in the hallway.
Wait, okay.
So we're all back
So we're
there,
really still right here.
except for you.
Wait, why am I there?
Oh, we're not actually.
So
I'm saying, how far ahead do you want to
I'm gonna
scout?
go like I wanna look into this room.
Give me a stealth check.
Just,
29.
Nice. You move like silently through the shadows. Your leather boots don't make a sound off the floor. You find yourself in a basic supply room. You can see kind of a collapsed wall, and through a small breach in the wall, you can see another. You have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
You can see another staircase off in the back that looks like it leads downward,
Okay.
and around the corner, you see a doorway.
Okay. I do like
You flipped us off?
a symbol. Like,
turn
you're
it-
all clear.
turn around like, fuck you guys.
That's all I saw.
Yeah, that's what I saw. So you whisper that the coast is clear to go into this room.
I
Yeah,
flip
like-
us off.
Yes.
The coast. Fuck you guys. The coast is clear.
So you guys are all, you all make your way into this chamber here. Thorum, you recognize that you are in like the upper floor of the stronghold, where like the bedroom area is, and the treasure room, and like the main like entertainment room on the third floor is. You know that basically everything is down this hallway here.
Right. Okay. And is this where any type of throne room would have been?
The throne room was on the
It
second
was on the
floor.
second floor. Okay.
This is like
The
the
living quarters.
residence. Yeah. This is like the residence, and the treasure area is up here as well. Like the vault. At least in your stronghold.
In my stronghold. Okay. So, are you guys all being stealthy as well, or just?
As much as we are still.
They were told that the coast is clear.
Okay.
I had so many hand signals that the coast is
That's true.
So I will turn to Larkin and ask
I mostly did this.
Again, what manner of sorcery could have done this?
Well,
To my dwarven brothers slash cousins slash interdimensional clones.
Oh my
My
god.
interdimensional dwarf brother.
Yes, comrades.
I am going
Oh,
to
wait,
get
the camera.
this Lord Soth is responsible for the corruption of your brothers.
If it's not too much trouble, I'd very much like to kill him.
It might
If
be
he's
trouble.
standing in our way, I'm sure we will.
Gregory, try not to die this time.
Well, let's hope everybody listens this time.
Yeah, don't pull a code,
Okay.
please, where we waste
So-
a lot of time trying to
So
kill
down
something.
this hall.
Yes.
The rod piece does seem to be pointing down the hallway.
Okay.
Sounds good.
As you all begin skulking,
Oh, it's good. It's good.
skulking down the hallway. Is your light still on?
Kind of insane.
No, since we're trying to be quiet.
No, I did not. I did not.
But you don't.
I was not.
I do have dark vision.
You have dark vision.
I activated it.
Okay, all right. So all of you can see in shade of gray.
Right.
You see like
It lasts for 8 hours. So.
like a central atrium area on the third floor, almost like an annex that leads over to the other bedrooms and the vault. The vault is down that way towards Caleb. But as you are looking through the darkness, you see the darkness begin to like coalesce in the middle of the room. And stepping out from the shadows.
That's big. That's a big.
Oh my god!
what the hell is that?
Lord Soth.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You wanted this?
Yes.
Rising up out of
You got me. I thought it'd be a little bit smaller.
a horned figure.
5 times my.
Almost to the ceiling. Almost to the ceiling in this room.
If only we had a giant
Almost
whale
20
there
foot
for us.
tall.
And
T-Rex.
you see that protruding out of one of its shoulders is the next rod piece.
Fuck.
And it just looks at you and its eyes flare green as it charges at you. And that is where we're gonna end.
Nicely done, Mike. Nicely done.
What the
Nicely
hell?
done,
It
Mike.
is 10:15, and that is where we
There's no
will.
dialogue. It's
That
just
is-
charging right at it.
Yeah, no, it appears it manifests. It manifests out.
Not
of the
wrong.
dark.
I know, right? Well,
Considering, like, I think I bought that like 2 years ago, I'm really
So-
very excited to find.
Is that on a
that
15
thing.
by 15?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I want to. I want to see its face. What is the?
So what I
Kind of doesn't
call it,
have a face, kind of.
God. All right. Well. What kind of paint did you use on that? It's like
A lot of specialty paints.
a lot.
Yeah, a lot of like
Shiny.
layers.
And didn't
a lot of
you were
layers.
wishing for the day
Yeah.
when we got to
Oh, you
use
painted
that
that
mini
too?
finally.
That thing is
Do
awful.
you know what it is? Do you know
I
what
looked
it's
it up.
actually
I mean,
called?
yeah, I knew the name when I bought it, but I don't.
Do you remember now?
No.
It's like an arch fiend or something.
No, it's undead. It's a
Okay.
night walker.
Ooh.
I think it's like a level 20 or something.
CR20.
Yeah, okay, I remembered that part. CR20.
Yeah.
And
So we will we'll start next session
I do know this
with
thing
rolling
can kill
rolling
things very
initiative.
easily.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, this might be the end of Thor.
Non-lords.
You son of a bitch! What is it? His pet?
Oh,
I said champion.
no.
Champion.
Oh, no.
Is Lord Soft just like a doddering old dwarf who?
No.
Probably.
You'll find out.
Oh, great.
Okay, so.
Is it like a Phantom Menace thing where we kill the thing controlling it and it falls apart?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We right.
You guys all just turn and run back down the hall. Never mind. Actually, just kidding. I don't need
few
the
puddles of pee. As we
I don't need the piece of the staff that bad anyway.
It sounds like a nice guy. I'm sure.
absolutely.
You know what? Lord Soth sounds very forgiving and kind.
Frantically trying to put the skeletons we killed back together. It's just like, oh, they're fun.